St. Louis Ambush Soccer right here on MASL TV, the Big 550 KTRS. Joey Zanaboni, Matt Rocchio out here playing the vocal cord ukuleles for you. A great night at the Family Arena. St. Louis Ambush, Utica City FC. Tough result last night for the Ambush. Matt, do you think of this game tonight as a must-win?
Might be a little bit early to start calling that. Playoff spot right now, not looking great, not looking terrible. Fourth in the wild card, 4 points up right now in that fifth spot. So maybe a little bit early, but it's a home game. You always got to win these ones if you want to be in the playoffs at the end of the season.
The Ambush defense last night gave up 11 versus a very motivated Chihuahua Savage side. Where can they find a little bit of super glue tonight to keep Utica City out of the back of the net?
They got to help the goaltenders a little bit more. Another game where they allowed more than 30 shots. That's 6 in a row right now. They just got to tighten things up right now. Jeff Locker talked about responsibility in the pregame yesterday. That's going to be the question here. With that man-to-man defense, if you're not sticking with your man, there's going to be problems.
One positive for this offense, though, has been Mo NDI. You could talk about Vadim Kojakov as well. Both of them are playing great right now, and I think that's going to give this team some confidence going into this matchup, don't you think?
It's a potent tandem. We didn't get a chance to see Mo NDI really in set pieces or in the penalty, and if he gets those kind of things, he's going to make an even bigger impact. He's leading the league right now in assists, so it doesn't matter really who's on the other end of the ball right now. It's magic right now with Mo NDI.
It's Alumni night here at the Family Arena. The stars are out. Welcome in to St. Louis Ambush Soccer. We're back with it right after this on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS.
Help members access their money anytime, anywhere.
You're telling me that my Together Credit Union checking account has no minimums or monthly fees? And I can get cash for the game with Gary at pretty much any ATM?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Go team!
At Raising Cane's, we focus on getting it right every time. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at work@canes.com.
Club Fitness knows St. Louis. We live local in our town. We work, we laugh, we give back, we sweat, support, and connect. We work every day to support your fitness goals and our community's needs. We've had your support for 35 years. We will always be there for you. Make a difference in your life and our community, because lifting local lifts everybody.
The doctors of Signature Orthopedics are committed to providing the most advanced and innovative diagnostic, treatment, and if needed, surgical options available in the entire St. Louis region. With 22 orthopedic surgeons and pain management specialists, board certified in every aspect of orthopedic care, including sports medicine, we have you covered. From foot, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and spine. Contact Signature Orthopedics today.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
My name is Tom White, St. Charles County Youth Soccer Association. I guess my passion is families teaching families about soccer. SCISA is the largest recreational organization in the state. We take the opportunity to build the community within the community and let it be about the soccer and the kids, not about anything else. A positive environment for everybody. If you just want to pass along a soccer passion that you had as a kid, this is the place to be. Yeah, this is the place to be.
Ambush Soccer right here on MASL TV, the Big 550 KTRS. That's the visitation choir out here at the Family Arena in St. Charles. It's about time to kick the tires and light the fires here tonight. It's Ambush and Utica City FC out on the carpet. Joey Zanaboni and Matt Rocchio in St. Charles for you. Matt, not the Ambush's night last night, but I still feel pretty confident about this team. That 8-goal output the offense put up last night made me feel like, you know what, I think we can run away from this Utica City team.
That's going to be the big thing tonight. Is it's going to be an offense explosion? I think it's going to have to be a game with a Ambush scores 7 or 8 to win, just because that's where it's been trending the last few games. And they can score that pretty easily. The fact that they were able to get 8 goals last night, and JT Thomas, the co-leader in goals and the second leader in points on this team, he only got 1 assist last night. You get 8 points, 8 goals, I should say, upwards of 16 points out of a game without JT Thomas being that involved. That says a lot about how deep this scoring punch can be. And also, you think about that, they didn't get a lot of power plays, they didn't get a lot of set-piece goals, and that's where they've made a lot of their money this year.
Our officials for tonight's match are brought to you by Capelli. Capelli is the official uniform sponsor of the MASL game officials. Tonight's officials are Rich Grady, Luis Chibaldo, Matt Geringer, and Jeff Petrillo. Remember, fans, the official match ball of the MASL is designed and produced by Flight. Expertly designed for the indoor game, Flight is the premier partner of choice. Flight, challenge everything. Chill.com is the official CBD brand of the MASL, helping our athletes reach their maximum potential by promoting proper and expedited recovery. Welcome to Club Chill Utica. They are in the white with the electric blue trim. The Ambush field of teal tonight. They are in the long sleeve teal look with white shorts and white socks. It's Sway Mason who is returning between the pipes tonight for the St. Louis Ambush after Jose Resendez got the start last night. His counterpart is Andrew Coughlin in net for Utica City FC. Utica just 2 wins so far this year. I do think they're a little bit better than their record shows. I think you got to make sure you don't take these guys lightly. Ambush ready to get going here on Alumni night at the Family Arena. Christian Segura started it up for Utica City FC and fired it all the way downfield toward Tim Goldman. It's dismissed by the Ambush defense. Back to midfield. Coughlin coming out to greet it. His defense will take it in front of him. Utica City going right to left. Segura eased it outside toward Bo Yelovitz. Poked away from him by Thomas. And Coughlin able to stifle it off the board and now rolled for Goldman. Goldman, he's a big fan of the Ambush broadcast. He actually came up to me and Matt before the game and said, "Hey, I love listening to you guys." And I'll tell you what, very complimentary. You love to hear that. It's all fun. It's all friendship here in the MASL. Here's a great mustache that we really admire on this Utica City team. Andrew Hoxie, little heel kick. Pass in the corner, ball centered.
I want to shake that man's hand.
It was Domenico Vitali putting it towards Sway.
I'm sure it would be a powerful and firm handshake.
Hoxie, he's got like that 1890s style mustache that's twisted up, handlebar style. Vadim Kochikov coming to greet this. At midfield, shoved from behind by Ben Raymond. Quick restart, trying to spring Tony Walls.
Gotta ask him what he does to get the curl on that.
Well, we'll hopefully learn more in the post-game interview.
Beeswax, maybe.
Sam Guernsey going outside to Marcel Berry. About 90 seconds gone by here in the first quarter. Nothing. St. Louis Ambush and Utica City FC. Vadim, who scored twice yesterday, firing one through the box. Off the wall, clearance, not clean. Berry and Guernsey keep it penned. Briggs goes outside to Kochikov, threading toward the yellow line. Kochikov off the wall in the middle. Tony Walls trying to scoop it out. Walls had it poked away. Hard battle on the boards. Joey Tavernisi giving him problems. Vitali coming to help out. Christian Briggs tries to keep it alive. Utica City able to clear. Will Niamsi, who is not active yesterday, heads it back through Sway.
He's going to be one of the biggest parts of their defense tonight. One of the big things last night was just a lot of speed from Chihuahua that the Ambush had a lot of tough times handling it. Will Niamsi, one of the quickest, one of the most energetic players that the Ambush have. He could be a big factor here. And Otto Jahic, another one out there who was not there last night, who's going to be huge for the Ambush. And another side of that offense. I mean, without JT Thomas being a huge factor, with no Otto Jahic, scoring that many goals is impressive.
He was sorely missed, Jahic, last night. Used his energy and his ability to set guys up going forward. Duduka Carvalho, who scored last night, challenging just in front of the Ambush bench, has it deflected up into the seats here. Fans still filing in at the Family Arena in St. Charles. Special night. Players, coaches from the St. Louis Ambush, St. Louis Steamers, and St. Louis Storm, years past, being honored here this evening. Utica City trying to go to Goldman off the wall in the box. He couldn't quite corral. Gets a second chance back toward the gold stripe. Gives back through Nate Bordeaux. Eased outside to Jake Schindler. He's from Rochester, New York. Pepe grabbed his pass, was looking for Yahic. Leaks back out through Bordeaux. Utica City through the middle. Bordeaux on a run had it drift by. Goldman dropping back here through Yelovitz. Jeff Michaud on the field here for the Ambush, applying the pressure. One of the new acquisitions for interim head coach Jeff Locker. He played heavy minutes last night and is expected to help stabilize this defense. Good takeaway here by Mo. Goes through the middle of the field. Onto the Utica City side after stealing it from Segura. He wanted Esque up top. Mo and Will Esque tied with JT Thomas and Vadim Kojikov for the team lead in goals. All four have 12 this season. Esque helps to engineer the takeaway. Michaud giving to Kojikov. On a tee here, Kojikov gets it past Lucio Gonzaga, takes a shot, hit off the wall, hit off the keeper, and leaks on home! Oh no, they're gonna say it's no goal. At the last moment, Walls punched it in, and I think they're saying the keeper had it, and Walls punched it out of his hands. Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna have to double check the rule book, make sure we're interpreting the ball crossing the line rule correctly. Because it
gets
looks
back here and gets a great takeaway in the ambush end. Kind of crazy play as Kojikov ripped this away from Gonzaga. Hit off the wall, hit off the keeper Coughlin. Foul here in the near side corner as Kojikov went down courtesy of Gonzaga. And it looked like the ball was over the line on the ricochet off the goalkeeper. Then Walls came through, kicked it when the keeper had his hand on it. That is a foul, and that's what gave it back to Utica City. Walls going off the wall here on the restart from the corner. It's grabbed by Coughlin. Yeah, we'll have to look into that and see if we can get an angle there to see if that ball was maybe over the line. Long throw, challenged by Mo against Bo Yelovitz. And we are going to get the look here on MASL TV. Great move by Kojikov off the wall.
I mean, that's
so close.
He definitely kicks it in, but the original ricochet off the back of the goalie, that ball was on the line. And so I think there's a fair complaint. And I think a lot of the fans were, and a lot of the reaction wasn't from the Tony Walls kick, because that was a little bit more obviously, against the rules, but whether the ball crossed the plane on that initial redirection from the goalie's back.
And the horn did sound. It looked like the ambush would go up 1-0. Instead, we are still tied at goose eggs as we get under 10 left here in the first quarter. Clearance by the ambush disappears into the seats. And Schindler will take a restart here for Utica City.
In fairness to the officials, they never at any point had any discrepancy. They were signaling no goal the entire time. So the goal horn was a little bit premature.
Well, it certainly got us fired up. Centralizing effort here on the restart. Dismissed by Marcel Berry. Duca Carvalho giving chase. Berry able to get an interception at midfield. Robbie Cristo out there with him, as is Duca. Nice spin move by Berry. Shoots it to the far side corner. Carvalho! Hulk almost breaks this open. Gathered back by the Utica City defense. Across midfield, Hoxie, the mustachioed one. Trying to push it forward, knocked it off of Niamsi.
And so the technical law, the rule, the letter of the law, if you will, when the whole of the ball has passed over the goal line, that is the exact wording in the rules of the game, the laws of the game, if you will. And so, unfortunately, while it looked like the ball was about completely on the line and a little bit was coming past it, whole of the ball needs to be across.
Well, the whole ball got across there. Ben Raymond able to make a steal in the middle on an errant pass by the ambush defense right at the top of the arc. He slams it home past Sway to make it 1-0 Utica. That's good research there. The whole ball, not 90%, not 95%, but the whole ball does have to be over the line. Get another look here at the Raymond goal, easy enough after the failed clearance / pass through the middle. Raymond makes it 1-0 Utica City. But that's huge for that goal to be quote-unquote, and again, the referees never called it in, but it looked like and it sounded like it was in for that to get called back, and now Utica City goes up 1-0.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate mistake there on the side of the ambush, and fortunately Sway just kind of laid out there. Not a lot he can do with that kind of attempt, and a good job there by Raymond. This is his second goal of the season to finish it.
Don't underestimate this UCFC side.
No, it is a veteran squad, and those guys can play. They know this game. They know their style. Oh.
Mo centering here for JT Thomas, and Thomas took a strike at it, did not make contact.
He's just been
went
a little
that
bit
one
off.
back.
He's just been a little bit off. Hasn't been the best 24-plus hours right now for JT Thomas. He's got the skill. His positioning has been fantastic. He's got a lot of great chances.
After a Tim Goldman foul, Mo Ndiaye in a restart from the yellow line. And slams it into a Utica City defender. It's cleared all the way out of the ambush end, out of play. And Thomas had a look or two last night that normally he would have finished. Just a little bit out of rhythm right now, but I'm sure he'll get it back before the ambush complete the weekend here at the Family Arena in St. Charles. Yelovitz on a run. Finds a friend outside. Hoxie! He puts some mustache wax onto that one and puts it in the back of the cage. Hoxie, nice setup there by Yelovitz, and Hoxie makes it 2-0 at 8:23 remaining in the first.
And a rough start here for the ambush. The big thing last night was defense, and right here, Yelovitz just runs it in, rolls it to his right side, and then a beautiful cross completely across the face of the defense. It's hard to get that kind of look in arena soccer, but the way that he was just completely able to put it across, no one is even on Hoxie, and then Pepe's trying to make a good run to block his man, and he's right there to unfortunately get another goal/own goal for the ambush.
First goal of the season in 6 games for Hoxie. You ever had a mustache?
I never have. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, hey.
It's a rough point of contention. Thanks for bringing it up.
Listen, I was going to give you a piece of construction paper and a glue stick for Christmas.
You guys don't know this, but not only does Joey have an absolutely ridiculous dictionary and encyclopedia of ridiculous catchphrases, but he also has a fantastic beard.
Well, hey, I'm going to go ahead and stop you there before you start talking about the body hair. As long as you keep it about facial hair, I'm fine.
That one. Just keep that to yourself there, buddy.
Joey Zinamoni, Matt Rocky, discussing a number of topics here on MASL TV, the Big 550 KTRS. Stick with us on 550 at halftime. We've got the legendary Mark Moser joining us, and he gives his thoughts on the current ambush team as well as his memories playing with the ambush, the St. Louis Steamers, and how this team will go forward, this franchise will go forward. It's alumni night here at the Family Arena. We go to a media timeout at 7:29 as Utica City cleared it there into the seats on the ambush end. Tough start for for St. Louis, a good start for UCFC. We hinted at it earlier, a lot of veterans on this team. It's kind of an interesting lineup for them tonight. They've had a lot of scratches, but one guy who is here is Everton Morera, former ambush player and, of course, a former ambush coach. Wow, what a pleasure to catch up with that particular alum before the game.
God, I mean, he was such a ball of energy, so positive. It was great to see him. He's had a little struggle with injuries, but when he's been on the field this year, he's been deadly and very useful for Utica City.
MASL Primetime is the home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. Catch the latest episode each Friday on MASL TV with Alex Bastiavansky. That's MASL Primetime on MASL TV. Everton Morera, still only 42 years old. He came out of retirement as a player to rejoin Utica this year. When he's been able to be on the field, he has been really good for him. He said, I had 3 goals, and this is Everton in a nutshell right now. He said, I had 3 goals. The first goal this season was not to die. The second goal was not to get hurt. And the third goal was not to screw up. Now, he didn't say screw up. I'm not sure we can say exactly what he said.
We cannot.
But he was having a great time before the game, catching up with former teammates and former coaches, personnel around the arena. The restart here out of the media timeout, quickly intercepted by UCFC. Through their keeper, Coughlin, he fires it onto his own bench. And Everton is on the bench tonight for Utica. See if we get a chance to really see him go to work on the field. And clearance by Coughlin out of bounds, so it ends up at the top of the arc. Restart here for Tony Walls. Mo is on the outside. JT is down low. Mo comes up to strike, puts it in a helicopter and sends it way over the goal. 7:15 to go, and it'll be a distribution opportunity for Coughlin.
Talk about the offense being a pro and how they didn't get those kind of looks in the last game, just think of those opportunities. They got to finish them here if this is the way the defense is going to play. It's going to be a high-scoring game. And
Oh, long pass to Hoxie. He gets a head on it toward the top of the key and ends up sending it toward the bar. It was tipped by Sway, and it will stay in the corner with UCFC. They've been seeking Hoxie, and almost a circus-like finish there from him.
If you're going to win a high-scoring game, those are the things you got to finish, and these are the attempts you have to defend.
And that was Morera on the corner kick, giving it back to Christian Segura. He bangs it high. It drifts out of bounds. Morera, key for them on set pieces. We had a chance to catch up with one of the all-time legends in professional indoor soccer who does serve as the general manager of Utica City FC, Tommy Tanner, before the game, and he said, Everton's been so key for us in terms of getting us on the same page on those set pieces. That one doesn't yield the result. Kojikov going for a bicycle in the UCFC box, and his boot just struck one of the Utica players in the face. There's a card out. Down on the carpet here is Jake Schindler, and teammates are checking him out. And Kojikov on a bouncing ball was going for a bicycle kick, and he is going to the box here with 6:52 to go in the first, has a quick word with the referee. And it looks like maybe he did not strike the player in the face. Schindler, it looked like Schindler ran into one of his teammates.
I believe he just kind of headbutted, going for a header to try to clear out of the box. And that was two Utica City players who just hit each other in the head.
So that's an important
nothing there from Kojikov.
That's an important distinction. He went for a bicycle kick. He's been whistled and penalized for dangerous play, but was going for a shot, and it just so happened that two Utica City guys banged into each other, and Schindler is back up on his feet. Unfortunately, the Ambush are now down 5-on-4. One power play goal last night for Chihuahua. They only had one power play in the game. There was just one power play in the entire game. Almost 20 goals scored. Isn't that surprising? There was only one penalty that led to a power play.
They really let him play. There was a lot of stoppages when things got a little chintzy, but nothing got a little out of hand or anything like that. And so let him play, let it flow, and it was a good game. Didn't go the way the Ambush wanted, but it was a fun game.
And a half here left on the penalty kill for the Ambush. Just over 6 left in this fourth quarter. Utica City trying to put the Ambush in a very dangerous position here, down by a treble. The Ambush defense holds on the entry opportunity toward the top of the box. Coughlin puts back to Bordeaux. Work down low here by Yelovitz. Quick shot by Bordeaux. Nice work by SK to block it. Now SK on a shorthanded opportunity down the far side into the Utica end. Eases back through Guernsey. 53 seconds left on the kill. And Guernsey to Otto Yahic, who sprung off the bench. Yahic going to get around Morera, and now he mails one toward the bombshells on the end of the Utica City goal, out of play.
Good job right now so far by the Ambush to kill this penalty. Got 44 seconds left on it. Nothing you can do about those first 2 goals when you got to cinch the defense down here. On the other hand, good job so far by Utica. They've gotten some balls inside this 4-man shell. Nothing to show for it so far, but that's the key here. Can you break down that shell? Can you get something inside and make something happen? Watch those runners off the corners, give and goes and things like that were what killed the Ambush. And if Utica City watched any tape from last night, they'll start running them almost every possession.
25 seconds left on the kill. They work it down low, and Sway is able to gobble it up on the edge of the box. UCFC just 3 for 18 on the power play this season. They have not been great with the advantage, and another one might be squandered here. 10 seconds to go. UCFC was in attendance at the game last night. We saw them out in the crowd, scouting the Ambush team, and they are at the tail end of a 4-game road trip.
They got Kojikov running. Oh, they missed
Kojikov just getting back on the field. A wide shot by Schindler, who again went down on that penalty sequence.
Vadim's not going to be happy about that one either.
And let me go ahead and correct that. That was actually by Gonzaga on the most recent shot. Now Schindler staving off walls as the ball leaks toward Coughlin. Coughlin able to grab that. And you're right, they had Kojikov out of the box, but just did not find him. Long throw here to Schindler. Quick shot. Nice save by Sway. A diving effort. Knocks it loose.
Schindler, you got to like to see that.
Will carries it into the Utica and finds Kojakov centering. Line drive it across the box, picked up by Yahic. Tries to slam it toward the goal. It was deflected and ultimately headed back by Hoxie after Quentin Swift, got in on the initial block. Hoxie rolls it toward him at midfield, locked up by Yahic and Briggs. They got there to Vitali. And now it's Sway Mason out of the ambush end. Long pass for Carvalho. Eases back toward Yahic, drifts to Pepe, who just came off the bench. 3.5 left here in the first. Ambush down by 2. Utica City, again, just 2 wins on the season. They are playing without arguably their best player. A real loss for them 3 games ago. Moises Gonzalez suffering an ACL injury that will keep him out the rest of the season. Pepe just inside the yellow line, taking a shot here well wide on the ground. Grabbed by Hoxie, challenged by Robbie Cristo, and Hoxie sent him down with a push. It's whistled as a foul, no blue card coming. And Cristo, who's played well here in his brief time with the ambush, scored last night. Quickly back up. Off the restart, Michaud seeking Carvalho. And challenged by Vitali. Eased back through Pepe.
Both the Utica and Cristo out here. See what they try to maybe get going here offensively with both of their 2 of their biggest guys, 2 of their biggest hold-up players. Cristo's going to come out here.
Thomas back on. Over the top to Utica. Holk in the middle off the board. Beauty of a pass. Neither Thomas nor Guernsey able to handle it.
Great look, though, from Utica, though. Great pass. No one on Utica saw the angle he was trying to play it off the boards, and unfortunately, neither Guernsey or JT Thomas could be in the right spot.
Long pass by number 19, Ronaldinho, intended for Quentin Swift. And Swift sending down an ambush defender. Gives the ambush a restart in their own end. Sent to midfield. JT able to win it. Forward to Mo. Wanted Yahic in the middle. Clearance by Utica ends up in the first row of seats. And the ambush are going to have a great look at this. Clearance came from inside the yellow line, so that ball's going right to the top of the arc. Ambush down 2-0, 2:16 left in the first. Second time they've been right here. It's Utica with the left foot, just wide, through the wall. Grabbed by Mo on the ground, flicked by Utica just wide of the post. Battling for it, Pepe takes it back toward the arc. A couple of Utica feet get in the way. Sent out by Bordeaux, wanted Goldman. Goldman stays with it, back to Bordeaux, trying to squeeze it by Sway, just a little bit wide. Sway grabs it off the wall. Got it forward to Mo at midfield, challenged by Yelovets. They jostle for it on the near side board, floated back to Vitali. Now through the middle, Gonzaga challenging against Briggs, ends up with Sway. Kojakov. With 90 seconds left here in the first, has it bicycled away from him. Ambush quickly regained possession, looking for Mo up top. Thwarted by the Utica City defense. Jake Schindler trying to clear. Will Niamsi able to pick it up. Briggs, 70 seconds left here in the first, slowing things down. Out of Yahic. From right around the Axios logo, off to Christian Briggs. Williamsi. Back to Yahic as we get under 60 seconds. Briggs down the far side corner, takes a volley on a feed from Yahic, banged it off the board. Again, nobody able to take it out of the mailbox for the ambush. Yahic putting, Kojakov gives it back to Niamsi in support. 40 seconds forward, Kojakov, a header hit off the post and ends up bouncing away all the way back to midfield. That was beautiful on the run and a great header from Kojakov just wide. 25 seconds.
Just an incredible possession here. Great
Mo.
job here by the ambush.
Oh, footwork, wonderful, quick shot. Oh, no, off the bar. Kojakov was in there for a volley, and I think it hit the top of the goal. Bar exam for Kojakov. Terrible luck for Vadim. Michaud, 6 seconds, bangs it off the wall. Mo and Vadim in the area, but it's cleared by Utica City. Ambush will be down 2-0 as we go to the second. Awful luck toward the end of the first period.
We're going to have to get the analytics department on this one, but the expected goals from that possession is going to be something like 3. That was an unbelievable possession for the Ambush. They do more of that throughout this game, they will win. They will score.
It's Alumni Night at the Family Arena. We're back with the second quarter right after this on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS.
Yourself to the fino things in life.
When I owned a small soccer business, I learned firsthand how tough being a small business owner can be. It was difficult keeping up with our accounting and taxes on top of running the business. Struggling to find help, I knew there had to be a better way. At CPAs for Hire, we understand the challenges small business owners face because we've been there. We take a personal approach to understanding your unique accounting, tax, and advisory needs, and customize affordable solutions that will help your business grow. We want to take this stress off your plate so you can focus on what you do best, running your business. Contact CPAs for Hire today to get your business on the right track.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Help members access their money anytime, anywhere.
You're telling me that my Together Credit Union checking account has no minimums or monthly fees? And I can get cash for the game with Gary at pretty much any ATM?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Go team.
St. Louis Ambush Soccer right here on MASL TV. The Big 550 KTRS started the second 15 at the Family Arena in St. Charles. Ambush trailing Utica City 2-0. Great night despite the score right now. It's Alumni Night at the Family Arena. Mark Moser, Kirk Moser, Pat McSheehy, Tony Glavin, Pat Mann, plenty more out here with us at the Family Arena. And the Alumni game will take place at halftime. Looking forward to seeing some great faces out there. Ambush off the opening tap, had the initial try parried, and now trying to get on the attack. Pepe, midfield, near side board. Moving it into the middle, top of the arc, Robbie Cristo. Dancing with it, knocks it back through Marcel Berry. Berry, little stop and go outside to Pepe. Michaud, down the left-hand side, trying to get by Goldman. Lost possession, cleared by Coughlin into the seats here 45 seconds into this second period. Michaud on the restart will give it back to Pepe. Tony Walls setting up toward the top of the arc. Quick shot, diving save by Coughlin, second try. Banged off the wall by Cristo. Bounces all the way toward Walls, dueling with Goldman, who goes down. Walls protesting, but he's whistled for a foul.
Nothing you do about that one. 50-50 ball goes a 50-50 way.
Utica City on the restart, though, they send it right to the Ambush bench, so St. Louis gets it right back right around midfield, and actually this will go to the top of the arc because it was inside the yellow line, and it'll be Tony Walls who's closest to it.
Ambush are bound to break their way at some point on these set pieces.
Here's a quick shot. Nice feed to Utica. He struck it just a little bit high with the left foot. Now Mo gives it to him at the top of the semicircle. Utica tries to turn. Loses the ball, stolen away by Gonzaga.
Great defense there by Gonzaga to come up. Doubled when he had to. Duca thought he had the turn. He almost did.
Yelovitz down the far side. Giving back to Hoxie. What a nice sliding block by J.T. Thomas. Mo able to win possession at midfield. Trying to work through the Utica City defense. Finds Yahic down the far side. Quick shot. Coughlin gets mitts to it and is able to smack it aside. Hoxie gets him some breathing room. Sam Guernsey able to chase it down around the stripe. Moves it to Mo, and Mo, trying to win the ball, is going to be given a blue card. He sent a Utica City player down around the board, but I think Mo is saying I was going for the ball. And working to confirm here on the identity of this Utica City player as Tony Walls gets in on the protest action, and Mo is in just disbelief. He can't believe he is going to the box.
Yeah, he does not want to go. It took him some cajoling, if you will, from the officials. And it looks like it was Joey Tavernese who took a hard hit into the boards. He's holding his side, it looks like, a little bit. Took a hard hit into the boards. But again, like you're saying, Mo was looking like he was trying to establish position, but might have gotten out there with his leg a little bit. That's, I think, probably where the genesis of the call really is from.
Utica City, their second power play of the game. We are just about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Remember, just one power play between the two teams, Ambush and Chihuahua Savage last night. So a different story here this evening. Utica City didn't get a ton of opportunities on the first. They worked through Schindler off the yellow stripe, trying to get it forward to Yelovitz. Knocked back toward Bordeaux. Out to greet him, Michaud. Schindler pinball into the far side, and he's the point man up top. Bordeaux works it down low toward Yelovitz. Yelovitz in the middle off the wall, and he's got a friend right there to greet it. It is Tavernese, the man who went down on the wall, who smacks it home to make it 3-0 Utica City at 12:36 left to go here in the second.
An unfortunate goal there, just too passive defensively there from the Ambush. They just let Yelovitz pick out his spot. I mean, he stood there essentially like it was a set piece on that red dot and almost sat just about a foot up the corner spot and just picked out his spot. And, you know, set pieces are the best thing you can do in indoor soccer. Why would you let somebody have a free one while in open play? It makes no sense. You got to be more aggressive here for the Ambush. It wasn't a quick play. There was no worry really of being beaten or being out of position. You just let the guy have a free shot to pick, and he picked it. Great job by Utica,
who has hit a post and a bar, works it down low for the Ambush. Walls trying to get it back toward the middle. It ends up at midfield. Niamsi trying to pass to Kojikov. It looked like Kojikov got pushed there by Ben Raymond.
He got away with one there. It's a veteran move.
Utica City controls in their end. They lead at 3-0. A dozen minutes to go in the second. St. Louis in some trouble. Coughlin feeling confident enough to take it all the way to midfield by himself. The keeper knocks it to the far corner, seeking Goldman off the wall. Quick shot wide by Quentin Swift. Kojikov able to gather the loose change. Threads it outside to Otto Yahic. Kojikov getting loose down the far side, and he was challenged on the ground by Domenico Vitali. Vitali, a slide tackle gone awry, and Vitali's headed to the box here with 11:36 left in the second. The Ambush will see their first power play.
And this is one they got to score on here. Down 3-0. Finally get your first one, really your first one in 2 games. This has got to be one where you score. There's no doubt about it. You're having a rough shot today, and you need to get a little momentum going your way.
Kojikov looked like he might be off to the races there. Vitali on a trip. He is from Syracuse, New York. Does some tripping and gets a free vacation for it. He's in the box for the next 2. It's Pepe, JT Thomas, Utica Carvalho, Tony Walls, and Mo Ndiaye out there for the Ambush to start this power play. Walls to Pepe, now inside the yellow line. Utica knocks it back out toward Tony Walls. Gathers off that near side board. Tony rips one just a little wide of the post. Deflected back toward the top of the arc and cleared by Utica City. Once again, the Ambush so close but so far. Great shot. Pepe steals it back in the Ambush end.
Talk about a veteran move.
Yelovitz went down.
Nice little shoulder there from Pepe to create. We'll call it creating separation.
That's a fine way of putting it, I think. Utica back through Pepe. Mo receives on the near side. Zooms it across to Utica. From the stripe, Pepe.
You need a touch in the box. You need a touch in the box. This is when they get goals.
Walls to Mo, across the top of the arc. Utica gathers, feeds back to Pepe. Less than a minute to go on this power play for St. Louis. Pepe, once again, just a little wide, looking for the upper 90, far side. Long distance strike, couldn't quite connect.
Now, good rotation there by Utica.
Walls to Pepe from the far side, stoned by Coughlin.
Still, it's all been outside shots. Another outside shot there from JT Thomas.
And that blocked by the Utica defense. Sway comes to midfield to get it and tap it to Walls.
Talked about this with Jeff Locker in the pregame. Touches in the paint against these kind of shell defenses are crucial, and we haven't seen one yet in this power play.
Walls bangs it off another defender. That's Yelovitz. Now Pepe gives it a rip from long distance, a little bit high. Mo on the rebound. Didn't strike it cleanly, and it's pounced upon by Coughlin. That will effectively kill the penalty. Out of the box comes Vitale. And we will get a Utica City timeout. Their head coach Ryan Hall, who's assisted by Casey Murphy, electing to use a timeout here with 9:35 to go in the second. His team up 3-0, and a big part of that has been Andrew Coughlin, the 28-year-old from Syracuse, New York. He's been pretty good in goal, though the posts have helped him a little bit.
Yeah, he has been good today, and he's searching for his first win of the season. The other 2 wins on the season for Utica have gone to Brian Wilkins, so Coughlin has really stepped his game up today. He's been impressive, and the defense in front of him has been very good, keeping any close shots away from the ambush. It's been all outside blasts.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, standings, and in-depth features. Bookmark the page now so you don't miss a note at MASLsoccer.com. Tough start for the ambush. Couple of good shots in this game. That great header by Kojikov that hit off the post. That shot just moments ago by Walls. Tough stretch for this squad, losing 4 in a row, and that's just sports for you, not just soccer, but when you get into that little skid, it just doesn't feel like anything is going right. Mentally, these guys have to be extremely resilient here, not to look too far ahead, but as this second half of the season goes deeper and deeper, the schedule becomes harder and harder. Team still has to play Florida, still has to play Kansas City, so have to find a way to get a game like this. Ambush and the fellas from Utica City out here tonight at the Family Arena in St. Charles. The officials for tonight's match are brought to you by Capelli. Capelli is the official uniform sponsor of the MASL Game Officials. Thank you to our good friends at Capelli. Michaud! Cristo is in front, and it tapped on in, and now Cristo and Coughlin exchanging ideas about Reese Witherspoon movies. Cards are coming out. Oh, my word.
Talk about stepping on something good. Unfortunate there. I wanted to hear what Joey's call was going to be.
Well, hey.
No, that was an impressive goal by the ambush, but I mean, you got to stay on your right head, Robbie Cristo. I understand it's getting a little chippy here. There's been some early penalties here. The goaltender did not like that Robbie Cristo almost stepped on him a little bit. He gave him a little bit of a shove there, but Cristo's got to understand it's never the first guy. It's always the person who has the reaction. Here's a perfect case. We see it clear as day that he got pushed. But nonetheless, who's sitting in the box right now? It's a teal jersey, not a white and blue one.
So strange to hear boos raining down after the ambush score a goal. Obviously, the goal is the positive, but Robbie Cristo, what happened is Michaud fired one toward the goal near post. The ball was leaking in, and Cristo kind of tapped at it. We're still trying to confirm on the goal scorer officially, but contact to the face is the official designation on the foul on Cristo. He was close to the goalie.
Yeah, he was.
And then words were exchanged. There's a miniature scrum. It didn't get too out of hand, but at the end of the sequence here, score 3-1, Cristo in the box, power play for Utica City.
And for Coughlin, that is the second time he's had his hand near a ball or on a ball, and there's been an ambush foot, come right down next to him or near him, and so he's clearly not clearly kind of annoyed with those multiple situations here. But nonetheless, Robbie Cristo just has to have better presence of mind. Again, it doesn't matter that he pushes you. It doesn't matter that he got in your face. You're going to get dinged up for that blue card every single time if you react like that.
And it is indeed Cristo who is credited with the goal, so he got a toe on it and helped to just inch it in. About $1.20 left here on the power play for Utica City, already their third of the game. Cristo in the box, he's been good scoring goals for the Ambush in his brief time with the team. That's his 5th in his last 4 games. It's been a heck of a last 30 days for him, just inducted into the St. Louis University Billikens Hall of Fame. And our very own Mark Moser will talk about Cristo's performance during halftime right here on the Big 550 KTRS. So make sure you stick around to hear what Mark, the all-time leading scorer in Ambush history, has to say about Robbie and what he brings to this team.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the big things we talked about is that, Robbie reminds him of Mark, but the big thing with Robbie is that transition from the outfield game to the indoor game. And Mark obviously played some futsal, and so.
Oh, great save by Sway. Shot from the far side corner, and Sway Mason goes acrobatic to Perrion.
So how much does that change for Mark? Can we see a similar change for Robbie Cristo? And so far we're starting to see him score. He's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. I think we're starting to see the kind of changes that Mark's talking about already.
Shot was by Tavernisi, and now one from way out by Segura goes wide. Ambush able to clear, and it goes back to midfield, greeted by Coughlin. Just 5 seconds left on the kill. Yahic fronting the ball. Bordeaux just outside the yellow line. Has it on a tee. Looked like Sway was just knocked down. Cristo out of the box. Barry able to clear across from Hoxie. One of the Utica City guys ran into Sway, who's back on his feet, able to grab a ball that pinballed in on the attack. Rolls it loose to Yahic. Otto looking for space on the Utica City end. 3-1 Ambush trail with 7 left here in the second quarter. Yahic no entry. Towed away by Yelovitz. Hoxie moved it to the middle, wanted Bordeaux, stolen at midfield by Michaud. Boy, he's been good. Quick shot by Michaud, just a little bit wide on the ground. Second chance, Yahic. Leaves really it at the yellow stripe for Michaud.
Ambush really keeping 2 players pretty far back. There was a couple of chances they had there where they had one man who had garnered 3 Utica City FC players, and no one was crashing hard on it for some reason.
Michaud did get the assist on the goal by Cristo. Kojakov fires a shot wide from about the yellow stripe. Briggs on the second chance. Didn't get it as cleanly as he would like. He was in a great position. It was gathered by Coughlin. Clearance intercepted by Niamsi. Will use SK in the back to start the party. Niamsi forward to Mo. From the top of the arc looking for a turn. He gets by Telio! Mo NDI! Holy moly! Third time he's done that this weekend. Mostaza!
And he hits the gritty afterwards. I see you, Mo NDI. And what a beautiful goal there. One of the ones where he didn't have much of an angle, but he found one. Little backup play, goes left to right, pulls it down with his right foot, and then blasts it into the upper 90, and he's able to somehow put it in there with almost no angle on the right side, on the right side of the wing, on the right side of a goal. Tell you what, that right foot, we keep talking about every time he puts in a goal. He hammers the ball, and it just explodes.
And that's a pretty good gritty as well.
It was a pretty good gritty. It was a clean gritty.
Better than Adam Schefter.
That doesn't take much. I could gritty right now better than Adam Schefter. That's not a bar I'd like to clear.
Well, on Super Bowl weekend, of course, we had to mention that. Everton Barrera now on the field here for Utica City.
He's going to be limited tonight, but he's dangerous when he has been on the field like we talked about. Just over 3 games. He got a little bit injured in that Baltimore game, but he has 5 goals in just over 3 games. So, I mean, anytime he's on the field, you got to watch out for number 79.
The
behind him right now.
Turn game of Mo NDI may be the best in the MASL. That's 3 times this weekend where he's been able to turn on a defender and just rip a shot. On the ambush end, Marrera trying to centralize, partially cleared, and Marrera ended up falling on top of Tony Walls. He helps pull him up as the ambush get a restart on a foul.
That left to right turn, that right foot of his is just so good. He's used his left a couple times very deftly and some really good assists, but you can tell he's a righty when he strikes the ball with that foot. I mean, it is just explosive the way he's put it on there. He's able to put it with accuracy too, in just some very small windows.
Oh, Utica got a takeaway in deep. JT Thomas sends it wide, and the second try from Yahic goes well up over the goal into the seats.
A lot of attempts here for the ambush, just good looks. They just cannot convert. There's been a lot around the woodwork, around the glass, and a lot more around it too.
Feels like the ambush
Wide
are
around it, I should say.
starting to find the confidence again after a slow start. They've drawn within one against this Utica City team. 4:40 to go here in the second quarter. Ambush, who've trailed by as many as 3, battling well. And, of course, Mo Ndiaye, as usual, guy who paces this team, entering play tonight with 30 points. Now with 13 goals on the season. Just bringing the team back within 1. Can they withstand another Utica charge here? On the top, Schindler giving outside. Raymond off the wall, and a friend streaks through. That's Juan Alava, who bangs it into the top shelf. 4-2, 4:07 left here in the first half.
Juan Alava, just his first goal of the season. Congratulations to Juan, his second game of the year. And a nice little setup there coming down the left side, put it high off the glass. And Alava just got by Ado Yahic. Ado Yahic got caught ball watching, and Alava just sprinted right past him and was able to pick up the rebound off the glass. That's just a defensive miscue by the ambush, and unfortunately it's in another line of defensive miscues in this game and last night so far. They're down 2 now. Offense is starting to get a little bit back into it, but the defense still has a lot to tighten up tonight.
Beauty of a pass. Windex mode there from Raymond off that high glass, way up off the top of it.
Alava timed it perfectly too.
Now Mo in attack mode with Michaud. Michaud rips a shot, hit it into SK, who is positioned toward the top of the key. Mo able to collect it. Leaves here for Michaud. Give toward SK. Back to Michaud. Will SK, 12 goals on the season, says one just over the bar. Michaud, second try. Bounces one just wide.
The ambush could buy 12 inches right now. It would be 6-4 in their favor. Just so many attempts that are right off the woodwork, right off the glass. If you get closer, those are easier. But there's been a lot of good attempts, but they've been some so far out. There hasn't been the penetration into the box that you really need from this offense tonight.
Barry in the far corner recirculates through Michaud.
They had 6 or 7 goals at this point yesterday, and it was because they got things going. And the transition game hasn't been anywhere near what Jeff Locker wanted it to be before this game started.
Barry eases off to Michaud on the far side. Now up top, Mo, bodied there by Yelovitz, trying to win it back. Utica City takes it away. Right down Main Street here is Tavernisi. Nice work by Niamsi defensively to stop his momentum. And Tavernisi ends up going down once again on the near side board, courtesy of Niamsi. And that foul will set up a restart here for Utica City.
Tavernisi didn't really do a lot there, but he was walking past 4 ambush players. Not sure what was happening there.
It's sent in off the near side corner board by Schindler, and Tim Goldman, one of the biggest fans of this broadcast, fighting for it. He ends up going down on a quick restart toward the top of the key. Great work by Marcel Berry to realize what was happening. He slid out and blocked a shot by Raymond.
Got to be borderline top 10 for hair in the league for Mr. Goldman.
Goldman has great hair. He really does.
I like the headband look too.
Kind of the Jimmy Butler, Karate Kid style headband for Goldman out there. Utica City taking it back into the ambush end. Kojikov steals it away in the near side corner. Sent over the top by Pepe all the way down toward Coughlin. Comes to the gold stripe. Volleys it forward. Raymond gets ahead to flick it. Mason able to come on out and Swale roll it loose. Pepe with $1.48 left here in the second. Ambush down 4-2. They get back within 1 where they were just minutes ago before that Juan Alava volley. Got insurance back for Utica City. They get a takeaway at midfield with Swift. They're going to shoot it to Goldman. It was headed by Briggs. Picked up by an intrepid Ronaldinho. Sway able to grab it off his foot. Goes long for Yahic. trying to thread it past Yelovitz, who is streaking back to cover it. Ends up being just a soft volley to the keeper. Coughlin, no trouble. 70 seconds left now here in the second quarter. Bo Ndiaye on the ambush end helps to intercept a Utica City pass. Sway sends it along with the foot. Off the head of Yelovitz by Tally gathering. Coughlin will quarterback. Keeper gets it to Gonzaga. Gonzaga on the ground, pushes it into the ambush, and set up well there by Segura for Hoxie. I don't know if he was shooting or crossing. Either way, it leaked through the box. Utica City able to regather. Raymond, who's been key, just had that assist on the insurance goal. He set up on the near side. They go down the far side with Schindler. Moving into that far side corner. Briggs marking Hoxie. Hoxie ends up with it at the top of the key. Fires one just wide far post. Ricochets towards Swift. Able to ease it back toward midfield as we get to 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Schindler off the wall. Yahic going for a steal. Couldn't corral it. Hoxie with 5 seconds. He will fire toward the top of the key. Knocked on by Quentin Swift, but into the gloves of Sway Mason, and we will head to the second half with the ambush down 4-2 here against Utica City. Matt, your final thoughts on this first 30 minutes.
Offense hasn't been as good as we wanted to see in the defense. Same issues as last night. Just got to tighten it up.
Christo and Mo with goals. We're back in 20 minutes after the Alumni game right here at the Family Arena on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS.
Fino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Club Fitness knows St. Louis. We live local in our town. We work, we laugh, we give back, we sweat, support, and connect. We work every day to support your fitness goals and our community's needs. We've had your support for 35 years. We will always be there for you. Make a difference in your life and our community. Because lifting local lifts everybody.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Help members access their money anytime, anywhere.
You're telling me that my Together Credit Union checking account has no minimums or monthly fees? And I can get cash for the game with Gary at pretty much any ATM?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Go team!
When I owned a small soccer business, I learned firsthand how tough being a small business owner can be. It was difficult keeping up with our accounting and taxes on top of running the business. Struggling to find help, I knew there had to be a better way. At CPAs for Hire, we understand the challenges small business owners face because we've been there. We take a personal approach to understanding your unique accounting, tax, and advisory needs, and customize affordable solutions that will help your business grow. We want to take this stress off your plate so you can focus on what you do best, running your business. Contact CPAs for Hire today to get your business on the right track.
The doctors of Signature Orthopedics are committed to providing the most advanced and innovative diagnostic, treatment, and if needed, surgical options available in the entire St. Louis region. With 22 orthopedic surgeons and pain management specialists, board certified in every aspect of orthopedic care, including sports medicine, we have you covered. From foot, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and spine. Contact Signature Orthopedics today.
Oh, just like that! And the Wave is an 8-7 winner.
On the counter. Frank, boom! That really was a golazo!
Big save, Pardo! Great shot. They just laced it. Just laced it at the top shelf.
Mo NBI evens it up.
Right foot shooting, one-handed save. Waltman again and again and again.
Pacheco, he gets himself another goal.
Corey Keats from close range. Back to goal and a shot, and there is the goal. Malord.
Wax on, wax off. Mike Diesel, the Karate Kid moves.
Got it, there's the goal. Beautiful play by Julio Varela.
Golazo, golazo, golazo. Sigue Escoto, sigue Escoto, Escoto.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Raising Cane's, we focus on getting it right every time. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at workatcanes.com.
My name is Tom White, St. Charles County Youth Soccer Association. I guess my passion is families teaching families about soccer. SCISA is the largest recreational organization in the state. We take the opportunity to build the community within the community and let it be about the soccer and the kids, not about anything else. A positive environment for everybody. If you just want to pass along a soccer passion that you had as a kid, this is the place to be. Yeah, this is the place to be.
Ready? That is a thing of beauty. Shot the goal! Go! Go! The big man! Oh, it's pretty! It's so pretty!
Frank Taiyu just continues to amaze. The Ambush and Wave locked horns in Milwaukee. And we take a closer look at the incredible season the KC Comets are having. It's all coming up now. This is MASL Prime Time. What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Thank you so much for joining us again this week. And there was a massive Central Division clash that went down last weekend with Milwaukee hosting St. Louis. Now, the Wave, shockingly, as we've discussed many times, went winless in its first 5 contests this season. But teams are definitely paying attention now as the perennial powerhouse has pulled up its socks and had won 3 of its last 5 when it took on second place St. Louis on Sunday. The Ambush was coming off a 13-8 spanking at the hands of the Florida Tropics, and they fell behind in this one.
Pass on the far wing. Marcio trying to track it down. He's got LSO on the near wing. He slots it down. LSO! Shot on a goal!
Luan Oliveira making it 2-zip for the Wave right there, but the Ambush staying with them every step of the way. Pepe Junquera gets St. Louis on the board. He makes it 2-1, and then trailing 3-2, Robert Cristo smashes that offering home, and things were all tied up 3-3. Skip ahead to the fourth now. Game knotted up 6-6 when Andrew Weidbach deposits the feed from Oliveira to give Milwaukee the lead once again, but the Ambush wasn't done. Mo Ndiaye evens it up 7-7. So this one needed overtime to decide things.
Huffman again posting up. Looks for Marcio. Comes to shot and a goal! Just like that! Hey! 28 seconds in OT, and the Wave is an 8-7 winner.
Marcio Letse, the hero for Milwaukee, to make it an 8-7 final. Afterwards, he talked about how the team has gotten back on track after a slow start.
Good things happen when you stay disciplined and you do the things that we worked on in practice. So I'm happy with the progress of the team, and let's keep going.
Players of the month were announced. Victor Paredes of the Florida Tropics is your offensive player of the month. Look at that, 13 goals, 12 assists, including a beauty like that bicycle one. And watch this, boom, top shelf. Absolutely gorgeous, definitely our offensive player of the month. And your defensive player for January, Robert Palmer of the Ontario Fury, getting it done defensively and offensively actually. 11 blocks, but also 14 points in the month for Roberts. Okay, a quick look at the scoring leaders. Ian Bennett tied with Frank Taillou on top with 31 points, followed by Pereiras. And then it's Leo Gibson of KC and Mohamed Ndiaye of St. Louis to round out the top 5. It's been an up and down season so far in Dallas. Entered week 10 of play, having dropped another 3 games in a row. Now, it must be said, those 3 losses came on the road against Florida and Kansas City, 2 of the MASL's top teams this season. And the Sidekicks were hoping a little home cooking would help get them back on track as they returned to the comfy confines of the Allen Event Center last weekend. The Harrisburg Heat was in town, fresh off a big win against Baltimore the week before, but it's the Sidekicks that draw first blood.
His team, and a shot from long, and there's the rebound, and there's the score. Number 96, midfielder Julio Varela, his 4th.
Couldn't have ordered up a better start, just a $1.08 into the game. But then David Malor responds for the Heat, smashing that offering home and tying things up. Late in the quarter, though, great pass from Gustavo Piedra, using the boards, finding Rio Ramirez. Dallas back on top, leading 2-1. Second quarter now, with the game tied 2-2. A Dallas own goal gives the Heat its first lead of the contest. That is as good as it got for them, though. Second half, the Souza feeds Julio Varela, and Big D ties it up, and then it's Varela again. Paying the price here, but the juice is worth the squeeze as he gets it to go, and the Sidekicks would cruise from that point on. They get back on track with the 6-4 win. Ontario's full arsenal was on display against Utica. Jesus Pacheco drawing first blood for the Fury, just 2:16 in. Frank Taillou just had another ridiculous game. This is one of many for the King. He makes it 2-zip. Nate Bourdon gets City on the board, though, just 11 seconds later, and there was hope for the Blues. That did not last, though. Second half. Leading 3-1, Frank continuing his onslaught, just too good. 4-1. City does grab a second off the pretty set piece here. Morea from Bo Yelovach, but then
It is Frank on the counter. Frank, boom! That really was a golazo!
Hello, MASL Primetime. We've got you a first half hat trick. What a shot.
Yes, thanks, boys. Yes, you do. And Frank would tally 5 on the day. 7 points for the King. Players of the week, and it had to be Frank, of course. Offensively, as Mr. Taillou, 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points in Week 10 action, and of course he is now tied for the MASL scoring lead with Milwaukee's Ian Bennett. And Robert Palmer, fresh off winning Player of the Month for January, is now your Defensive Player of the Week as well from the Ontario Fury. 3 blocks and getting it done offensively as well with 5 points as well in Week 10. Way to go, guys. Plays of the week now.
Kind of stuffed his shot there, Craig. And there is Corey Keats from close range.
Back to goal. And a shot. And there is the goal. Malore.
It is Frank on the counter. Frank, boom! That really was a golazo.
A good ball up ahead. Dos Santos. Adriano shot and a goal!
So Pete and Uzi on the wing. Shot, goal! Everton punching his name in the scoring column today.
His team. And a shot from long. And there's the rebound, and there's the score. Number 96, midfielder Julio Varela, his 4th.
Pacheco, he gets himself another goal. Sweet P, finding the back of the net, punching it into the polyurethane. Fury up, 3-2-1.
Again, posting up, looks for Marcio, shot and a goal, just like that. Hey, 28 seconds in OT, and the Wave is an 8-7 winner.
Biggest save of the night from Danny Waltman.
Here's Churas. Churas with a step to the middle, to the left foot. Still open. Shoots. He scores! Brandon Escoto lights the lamp and sends the Sockers home happy. Heartbreak for Tacoma.
And that is going to wrap up this week's show. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Daniel's experience with Kickaroos is he loves putting on the jersey every Saturday. He comes out, enjoys being part of the team, playing around with the ball, learning the game from his coaches, and skills that can last him a lifetime.
You know, this is what young kids sports should be like. It should be fun, it should be engaging, it should be positive. And my son Henry, when I tell him today is Thursday, he's like, is tomorrow soccer day? It's like, no, tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday is soccer day. For a 4-year-old to have that sort of desire to keep doing an activity, it says a lot about the program. I feel like every coach that we've interacted with, they truly enjoy working with the kids. So at the end of the practice, I make it a mission of mine to say thank you and say, hey, how is my kid doing? And they're all like, oh, he's having so much fun, and we love having him. And so it's clear that everybody involved really enjoys kids.
I love soccer so much, and just being a part of the game, being able to coach kids, and like being able to influence them like at such a young age in this great sport, it's really something.
Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
St. Louis Ambush Soccer on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS. Remember, fans, you get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. You can also keep up with the MASL by watching MASL Primetime. MASL Primetime is the home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. Catch the latest episode each Friday on MASL TV with Alex Bosjovanski. That's MASL Primetime on MASL TV. Chill.com is the official CBD brand of the MASL, helping our athletes reach their maximum potential by promoting proper and expedited recovery. Welcome to Club Chill, and welcome back to Alumni Night here at the Family Arena in St. Charles. Ambush trailing Utica City by a score of 4-2 at the halftime break. We got the game within the game here at halftime. Our alumni game, a lot of fun. It just wrapped up on the turf. Pretty fast-paced out there. I don't know what the average age of the participants was, but I'll tell you what, they were a lot faster than me, and if they're a lot faster than me, then they're just a little bit faster than my partner in crime here, Matt Rocchio. Matt, your biggest takeaway from the alumni game here this afternoon?
I'm doing some mental math. Listen, no berries and cherries. There were no ambulance that had to be called. No one was getting the rub down from either athletic trainer who had to rush out from the team locker room. So I consider this a huge success.
That's the greatest highlight of all.
Exactly. So, great. It was great to see all the alumni out here. So, some of the great ones, Daryl Duran's number 7 jersey was not just in the rafters, but it was on the field once again. So that was incredible to see. So really, really a great moment for the Ambush, the Steamers, and the Storm. Just a great moment here for St. Louis soccer.
And we saw Ross McGregor, who's been a guest of ours on the Big 550 KTRS, score a goal and then celebrate with one of his kids. Special moment for him. And we have had some great guests on this show this season. Ross, Chris Mattingly, of course, Mark Moser, who was just with us on the Big 550 KTRS. He was kind enough to link up with us earlier in the week and chat, and we do expect to have Mark on the live broadcast here during the second half as well. Ambush down 4-2, about to kick the tires and light the fires here in the third quarter. Matt, what's the biggest adjustment this team has to make?
You got to stick to your man. Bottom line, can this man-to-man defense work? This second half of today's game is going to be a huge question mark there. They've allowed a lot of shots consistently ever since this hard man-to-man scheme change. Today's been another game where they've allowed too many easy looks. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes from here.
We've got Mark Moser here on the broadcast on the Big 550 KTRS and MASL TV as we start this third quarter. Of course, Mark, he hardly needs an introduction here at the Family Arena in St. Charles, one of the all-time legends, the all-time leading scorer for the St. Louis Ambush. Mark, how you doing this fine evening?
I'm good. We need to come out firing here this third quarter and get back in this thing.
It's Utica City on the opening tap. They control it on the scoreboard, and with the ball, they go in the middle here to Schindler and shoot it down toward Goldman. Picked off by Guernsey. SK will ease it back through Michaud. I thought Michaud, wow, what a great pickup this guy's been, huh?
Yeah, he played well last night, and he's given them a little bit of stability there in the back.
SK locked up on the near side board. He's dueling with Yelovets. And that whistled. The restart here for the Ambush through Michaud to Mo NDI. Mo, another goal in the first half. Mark, what do you think about that turnaround?
It was a great finish. I mean, once again, that's what we talked about. Getting him the ball and having him turn. When he turns, I mean, he's a big body and he gets that shot off. We didn't keep getting the ball down low to him.
Will Niamsi out of the Ambush end, seeking Will SK. Just about a minute gone by here in the third quarter. A manageable deficit right now for St. Louis. Shaw chases it down in the Ambush box, pushed it to JT. Nice footwork. Gets it into the Utica end. JT Thomas looking for Mo in that far corner. Oh, from the ground. He sweeps one just off the post. It bounces back and is corralled by Coughlin. That post just hasn't been our friend tonight.
No, they've had a tough bit of luck against that post.
It's at least a couple of posts plus a bar here tonight. Ambush, I think if those three had gone in, might be a lead here at the Family Arena. Thomas trying to come to life here this weekend, pressuring on Bordeaux. Coughlin in support. Knocks it down the far side into the Ambush end. Grabbed by Hoxie. Pressured here by Mo, number 9 versus number 9. Mo chases it away. Back toward midfield. Gonzaga taking his time with it. Hoxie on the outside now. About 2 gone by in this third quarter. Joey Zanaboni, Mark Moser here for you on the Big 550 KTRS and MASL TV. Mark, what do you think about that Alumni game? Pretty well played, I thought.
It was good. It's great to see everybody and get everybody out here. Some of the guys go out, have a little fun, run around. I didn't see anybody get hurt, so that was the major plus side.
Yeah, as we said just moments ago, that was the biggest highlight of them all. And unfortunately, this is the first time in like 20 years, I think, you haven't played, but kind enough to join us here after the game to provide your insight. Tony Walls in the near side corner, locked up, drops back to Otto Yahic from the gold stripe. Gives it to Pepe. Pepe on the far side against Gonzaga. Sticks an orange boot in after him. Able to knock it back to Otto. Yahic on the collection. Gives to Vadim. Kojakov trying his luck from the top of the key. Slams it into a Utica defenseman. Pepe grabs.
This is good. Keeping the ball here.
Ambush doing well to keep it down in the Utica City end. 5-5 over in Kansas City right now. Chihuahua, the Savage, giving the Comets all they can handle with just 32 seconds left. That's a tie ball game at Cable Dahmer Arena. Yahic, thwarted from midfield, has to use Sway in the back. Sway will go over the top looking for Vadim Kojakov off his chest. Kojakov trying to get it under control, bumping there with Raymond. Raymond went down. Kojakov looking for the near side corner. He was shoved. He goes down. Foul called here. And Kojakov wants a little bit more than that. Doesn't look like any cards coming.
They kept them pinned in here, and they, defensively, when you're pinned in like that, it's a lot of work. So, the Ambush have been able to make a couple subs here, get some fresh bodies on, and these guys from Utica have been on for a bit.
Walls right next to the ball here from the corner. Tassa Pepe, quick shot. Coughlin on a stop. JT Thomas, top shelf. Got me dancing like an over-enthusiastic dad in a Lizzo concert mosh pit. JT Thomas brings the Ambush back within 11:33 to go in the third.
You could see that one building as they kept him pinned in there. It was starting to come.
Well, music to our ears as the Ambush are able to strike early in the third quarter, get back within 1, and a great start here after falling behind by a hefty margin, 3-0 in the first half. Coming out with a little more pep in the step here. Pepe gets the assist after Walls started the play from the corner on the restart. Esque trying to thread it loose. Guernsey on a clearance hit the turf. Bordeaux gathered for Utica. JT Thomas, his first goal of the weekend, had a late assist last night in a 6-on-5 situation. Nice block from Robbie Cristo. Shot there by Ronaldinho. Cristo blocked it to the top of the key. Michaud on a run, ends up in a collision with Yelovitz. Ball leaks back to Coughlin. Smacked out the board. Schindler pressured here by Michaud. Great energy from him. Couldn't quite get the takeaway. Esque almost gets it toward the yellow line, chasing it into the far corner. Pestering now against Bordeaux. Utica fighting for it. It's cleared back toward Cristo. He scored the first goal of the night for the Ambush. And Mark, you were talking about him during halftime here on KTRS. Very, very talented player. What is it that he has to do to go to that next level?
Well, I think it's taking people on, taking chances. When he does take the chances.
Oh, take a chance right there, Marcel Berry. Beauty of a goal side shell, 4-4, 10-20 left here in the third.
I mean, that's just an example there. Robbie wins the ball in the backfield, gets it off, and then Berry with a great run down the side and tucks it right in the corner.
Oh, that's a Mark Moser-esque goal right there. Beauty of a finish. Berry, he's played a good game tonight and able to get on the board.
That's exactly the start they needed. Come out firing here, and couple goals. We're back in this thing tied up at 4-4.
Timeout called, and with 10:20 to go, Utica City, their head man Ryan Hall elects to take another TO here, try to settle his team down. 4-4. Joey Zanaboni, Mark Moser here on the Big 550 KTRS and MASL TV. not a great start for the Ambush. Able to come back now, make this 4-4. In your opinion, is this a must-win game for the Ambush?
Oh, I think it definitely is. I mean, when you got 2 home games, you know, they dropped the one last night to Chihuahua, which by the way, I think Chihuahua is one of the better teams.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were well organized. It's a tough team to play against. But for tonight, yeah, they need a victory here.
And again, Chihuahua, last we saw about 30 seconds left in regulation, tied with Kansas City. They've been the class of the division. They are arguably one of the best teams in the MASL. And to do what they've done this weekend, very impressive stuff for the Chihuahua Savage. Remember, fans, the official match ball of the MASL is designed and produced by Flight. Expertly designed for the indoor game, Flight is the premier partner of choice. Flight, challenge everything. Out of the timeout, Utica City on the restart. They're trying to find a positive here in the second half. Will Niamsi able to grab one in the ambush box, trying to work it out of trouble. UCFC keeps coming on the pressure. Segura tries to get it into the middle, cleared by Michaud into the Utica City bench. And it'll give the visitors a restart from just inside the gold line. It'll go to the top of the arc. Pivotal moment, we think, for the Ambush season here to come back in this game. The absolutely massive. Off the restart, Morera finds a friend, and it's slammed home by Tavernisi. Well, we know Everton quite well here, and he's real good on set pieces, isn't he?
Well, and set pieces are such an important part of this game. I mean, and you can tell that you're just watching them as they set up. I mean, they had a clear idea of what they wanted to do, and you know, he plays the ball off. They get the. It's a tough position for the goalie because it's a quick play, and he's screened, and he tucked it right in the corner. So it's all right.
5-4, 10:02 to go here in the third. Tavernisi, a couple of goals in the game. Morera, former Ambush coach, former Ambush player, came out of retirement, 42 years young. That's where he's really dangerous, is setting up teammates like that. Will Eske trying to help get it back into the corner. Briggs off the wall. Thomas slams one off the glass over the bar. Bounces dangerously back to the top of the box. Cleared by Schindler. Off the near side board, Duduka will knock it back into Ambush territory. So Mason, keeper, will fire at the length of the field. Coughlin, little goalie tennis here, able to grab with Thomas lurking. JT Thomas, one of the 2 goals so far here in the second half of the Ambush. What do you think Thomas has to do to go to that next level this season?
Well, you know what? I think he's consistent. We need to get him up top a little bit more, holding the ball and getting guys playing off him, because when he does hold the ball up, he creates so many opportunities for other players and continue to take chances in the offensive end.
Sway able to thwart a Utica City chance. They won it Hoxie and deep. Sway bouncing it out toward the fans and ended up deflected out by Utica City. Pepe on the restart here. And I think we had a fan there in the first row. I think that ball hit some glasses there, and Pepe checking to make sure she's okay. It's going to be a restart here from the near side wall. They'll get the athletic training staff out on the field to make sure the fan is all right.
Got to be awake in the front row.
Well, I was about to say, where do you sit when you come out here at the Family Arena?
You know what? We got a suite here with the alumni, so we, a lot of the alumni guys that show up will gather there and watch the game, critique, and have a good time catching up.
And so many great faces out here this weekend at the Family Arena. One of the guys who's out here who's not an Ambush guy, but of course you know him well, Tommy Tanner, the general manager of Utica City. He was part of that Cleveland team. You played him in the '94 championship round. What's your relationship with Tommy, and did you get a chance to catch up?
It's good. I went down and I talked to him before the game, and then I was talking to him at halftime a little bit. Tommy was a pest, to say the least, and
still is.
I had no. You know what? We were all out there playing, trying to win, and that's just the kind of player he was. He was a hard-working guy for them. When you got Zoran Karic and Hector Marinero, they had to have guys that did the hard work, and we had him on our team. Tommy was one of the guys on their team that was a skillful player, but, I mean, he was a worker and a buzzer, causing all kinds of havoc. And I had my fair share of run-ins with him over the years. So, but it was good to catch up with him and see him, and great to see that he's involved. And, hopefully they can continue to do good things with this Utica City team and grow.
And we get a look here at the goal scored by Ross McGregor during the Alumni game. Great representation from the St. Louis Storm, St. Louis Steamers, and St. Louis Ambush at halftime. Looks like the fan of the first row is all right. We go into the media timeout with 8:52 to go here in the third. Ambush down 5-4 against Utica City. One of the things that Tommy said he kind of learned recently was that 94 finals, that was a 5-game series against the Ambush in Cleveland. That next year, of course, the NPSL championship Ambush team, that was a 7-game series against Kansas City. If it had been 7 games, do you think you would have taken down Cleveland in 94?
Well, you know what? It's tough. I mean, it was we got a little banged up and had some injuries. I would have loved to. I'd have loved to have played him a couple more times because it was fun to play against him. And that final game goes into overtime and crushes us. But I still remember it. Hector slams it home and game's over. But you know what? That was part of, I think, the next year when we did win it. It was a redemption for us. We were going to make sure, and we would have liked to have played Cleveland in the finals. They wind up losing to Harrisburg.
Well, in the words of Aerosmith, you got to learn to lose to know how to win. And of course, the championship banner is hanging in the rafters here at the Family Arena from that 95 season. Out of the immediate timeout, Utica City in the ambush end, pushing it back beyond the yellow stripe. Yelovitz trying to thread it in the box for Goldman. Picked off here by Michaud. Burst of speed for him down the near side. He's got Mo in the middle. Michaud looking to use the wall. Keeper able to disrupt there. Coughlin came out on a knee and helps to clear it with the foot. Michaud using Yahich in the middle of the field. Mo at the top of the box, banging off the wall, wanted Guernsey in deep. He slammed it high. This is going to come out. 8:05 to go in the third. Joey Zanabone, Mark Moser talking about some great moments in ambush history. And Mark, I was digging through some old videos and found a 9-goal game from you. Now, we don't have all.
Against Columbus, yeah.
Against Columbus. We don't have all the games accessible online, but I think that was your highest scoring output, or was there a game where you scored more?
No, 9 was that was the most I ever scored in a game.
I thought you were about to say no.
And that
was the low end.
It was it was one of those nights where, and I still remember I think it was the 8th or the 9th goal that it was actually a shot that somebody hit. It banged off somebody. It hit me in the hip and went in. Well, I get credit for the goal. I mean, it was just one of those nights where everything I touch went in, and you take it because there's plenty of nights when you're not on and it's not happening. You're hitting posts like they have tonight. So, but yeah, that was a big night.
It has been a little bit on the opposite end for the ambush. Some chances that have just missed. Trying to stay close here against Utica City. Bordeaux has it stolen away. Walls able to come up with it at midfield. Tony using Michaud. Just acquired here by the ambush. That trade that involved Howard Miller Jr., Michaud, and Armando Tello, who we haven't seen a ton of. Brand new to this ambush side, crossing here across the field. That ends up in the seats with the fans. Restart will be Schindler's in the Utica end. Uses it out through Gonzaga. Goldman threads it back. Now, in terms of individual performances, that was a regular season game against Columbus, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to say, though, probably the peak, it has to be the championship series in 95. What do you have, about 30 points in that series against Kansas City?
In the semifinal against Kansas City, yeah, that was probably, the series with Kansas City every year for about a 4 or 5 year span was, it was a 5-game series. It went all 5 games, and it was usually us win, they win, us win. But that year, that 95 year, it was an incredible. Here's an opportunity right here.
Thomas on a takeaway, shoots, he scores! J.T. Thomas! Burning up like my Uncle Gary does with his yard waste. We're tied 5-5, 5:50 1:56 to go in the third.
Well done defensively by JT there, winning that ball along the boards, and then a great finish one-on-one with the keeper.
Just a tremendous takeaway, and he's sprung to life at the opportune moment. 2 goals in the second half. Thomas, 14 now on the season. Clinical finish, and he's brought him level. Ambush, Utica City tied here, just under 6 to go in the third.
And that's crucial right there, getting right back in this thing.
Goldman trying to find a way into the box instead. In support, a couple of teammates toward midfield. Knocked back toward Goldman, just outside the box. Thomas twice, Barry once. Ambush have made a 4-2 halftime deficit evaporate. NDI down the middle of the field here with 5.5 left in the third. Stolen away by Goldman and grabbed here by Schindler. Mo takes it back at midfield. NDI looking to push it outside to Robbie Christo. 6-5, Ambush lead, 5:12 left in the third.
Once again, Mo Ndiaye coming back defensively, working back, winning the ball, creating that opportunity, and getting it off to Christo with a nice finish.
Robbie Christo, he scored twice now tonight. And the Ambush have the lead at 6-5, able to just poke it past the defender and then slot it past Coughlin. Mo staying with the play, and Christo on the finish. A tremendous night for Christo, and we do have a final in Kansas City. How about this? The Chihuahua Savage have beaten the Kansas City Comets in overtime. Final score 6-5.
I'm telling you, this Chihuahua team is they're gonna continue to get better and better. I think they were very organized, and that's a huge win, beating in Kansas City.
Just went final, scored about 1:20 into overtime to down the Kansas City Comets. Sam Guernsey slamming one well wide here, 4.5 to go in the third. That's our score as well, 6-5. Mark, we don't want to put too much pressure on you to take out a crystal ball, but where is this Ambush team come early April?
You know what? I think they're real close. I think if they can shore things up defensively and not give up as many goals, clearly we've seen time and time again this team can score goals.
Yamsi center in here, poked back. Michaud gathers the loose change.
But this is important here: keeping the ball, controlling the play a little bit, not just going down, getting one run down and getting a shot off. Keep it here a little bit, make them defend.
Kojikov from the yellow line, dancing with it and nudged down here. Foul coming against Utica City. It was pressure coming from Vitale, 32-year-old from Syracuse, New York. Given a foul, 3:44 to go now in the third. Ambush playing a much better possession game here in the third quarter. Rocky start, fell behind 3-0 in the first half, but have outscored this Utica team 6-2 since. JT Thomas has scored twice. Robbie Christo has scored twice. Mo Ndiaye, Marcel Berry, a goal apiece. William Esquet giving down to Niamsi, near side corner. Ambush on the attack. Back through Michaud. Thomas flares up top. Gave it to Utica. He goes down on a push. Hulk sent down to the turf there. Like it was Schindler who gave him push. Mark, what do you think about that?
Well,
Oh, what do you think about that right there? Mo Ndiaye off a restart from Walls at the top. Gave it outside, and Mo goes side shelf again. Another phenomenal night for maybe the player of the year. 3:09 left in the third, 7-5 Ambush lead.
Well, and you make them pay for that foul. I mean, they're worried about Utica getting the ball because he's so strong. So if you're just going to foul him, with a finish like that, next time they're going to have to think about, hey, do we want to foul him here, or we just kind of hold him off?
He's so good out on that far flank on those set pieces. see him receive passes there all the time. And Mo, 4 goals now for the weekend. They've got the ball back here and setting it up at midfield with Segura about to tab it off for Utica City. That's 14 goals now this season for Mo NDI. Former member of the Baltimore Blast, has found a home here in St. Louis. And you were talking about it during the halftime interview. Goldman dueling with Pepe. Not a ton of players maybe that you can compare to Mo NDI. He's very unique, isn't he?
He is. I mean, he's a big guy, but he's skillful. You know, a lot of times the bigger players aren't as skillful because they didn't have to be, because they were able to use their size. Well, he's skillful. He can hold the ball. He can turn. But he's also. I mean, look at the assists that he has. He's got great vision, and he can play great passes. He continues to do it.
Leads the league in apples.
I mean, here he is now. Now he's playing defensively, marking up.
Pretty amazing what he's able to do on both ends. And off those set pieces, he's been just lethal. Poke in the middle here. Everton Morera trying to set it up toward the top. Ambush on a clearance. They wanted to spring something offensively. It went too long. Coughlin rolling loose to Schindler down the near side. Schindler tapping to Everton. His turn against Cristo. Goes off the board, deflects back. $1.47 left here in the third. Ambush scoring 5 in this third piece of pie to get a 2-goal lead at 7-5. Hit it 4-4. And then Utica City was able to make it 5-4, but they've started to fall to pieces. Looking for the far corner. Pass out of his own end. Coughlin just sent it into the seats. Esque on the restart here with Michaud. How does a team manage its emotions like this when things start to go south?
Oh, you know, I mean, it's got to be tough for them. They've struggled this year for Utica. But you know what? They've come out and they've taken. But once again, now that you've fought back here in the second half, they got to start. They got to be thinking in their head. Here we go again.
Utica City, just 2 wins on the season. This is the 4th of a 4-game road swing for them. They've got the first Wednesday home game in the history of the franchise on February 23rd. Chance to go back home, play Baltimore at 6 Eastern on the 23rd. Shot high here by Bordeaux. Maybe a chance to get back on track, but they are playing without arguably the best player, Moises Gonzalez, who's a 7-year vet, has over 125 goals in the MASL. Just suffered an ACL injury a few games ago. You never know what's going to happen.
No, and that's tough to replace. I mean, that's a lot of points and a lot of experience to try and replace. So hopefully he can heal up and get back and be healthy. But that's a tough one to replace.
SK with about 40 seconds left here in the third, knocking it forward for Kojikov. Back here to Niamsi. Duduka setting up on the near side. An explosion for the ambush offense, perhaps holding for a last chance here. Niamsi from the center stripe, looking for Kojikov. Pass picked off with ease. Raymond, Ronaldinho leading the charge out. Drop back to midfield. Schindler, about 16 seconds, seeking Goldman. Dueling against Briggs. Goldman back beyond the stripe here to Gonzaga. Get by Barry. Barry, strong defense. Gonzaga wanted a call. Knocked down the far side to Niamsi. That's going to take us to the horn. Barry is down behind the play right around midfield. He is in pain. Going to be helped up here by Sway Mason, and there's a blue card that's come out. So it looks like there will be an advantage here for St. Louis coming after a trip on Marcel Barry. Ambush will take a 7-5 lead with them to the fourth quarter. Mark, what a pleasure to catch up with you on Alumni Night. Thanks so much for being with us. And your final thoughts here on this one for the Ambush.
No, let's go Ambush. And like I said, thanks for having me. Thanks for all you guys do. And we got some.
We'll be back right after this on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS.
Club Fitness knows St. Louis. We live local in our town. We work, we laugh, we give back, we sweat, support, and connect. We work every day to support your fitness goals and our community's needs. We've had your support for 35 years. We will always be there for you. Make a difference in your life and our community, because lifting local lifts everybody.
The doctors of Signature Orthopedics are committed to providing the most advanced and innovative diagnostic, treatment, and if needed, surgical options available in the entire St. Louis region. With 22 orthopedic surgeons and pain management specialists, board certified in every aspect of orthopedic care, including sports medicine, we have you covered. From foot, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and spine. Contact Signature Orthopedics today.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Help members access their money anytime, anywhere.
You're telling me that my Together Credit Union checking account has no minimums or monthly fees? And I can get cash for the game with Gary at pretty much any ATM?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Go team.
St. Louis Ambush Soccer right here on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS. Joey Zanaboni rejoined here by Matt Rocchio as we start the fourth stanza 7-5 Ambush. Thanks again to Mark Moser for being with us here on MASL TV and the Big 550. All-time Ambush legend. Nice of him to join us here for Alumni Night. And I feel like every time I talk to Mark, I just learned so much about this game and so much about the makeup of not just the teams in the past, but the team that's on the field right now. Perfect quarter to have him as the Ambush storm back out to a lead.
Absolutely. I hope we know where he's sitting, because if anything would happen to where this two-goal lead here for the Ambush would come under pressure, I think everyone on the YouTube comment section and everyone in the stands would appreciate it if Mark would get back on the mic and relieve the jinx that apparently I might be on this team. A 5-1 run there in the third quarter with Mark Moser on the call with Joey Zanaboni. How about that for the Ambush? Just so much, just the finishing really was the biggest thing. A lot of outside shots, but this time they're going in.
Tony Walls sends one high here. It is a 5-on-4 for the Ambush. Power play after a trip by Gonzaga. A little bit of a delayed call on the blue card. It was a little bit odd. Looked like it was a trip. Obviously, the question becomes, is it a foul? Is it a 2-minute penalty? Does go down as a 2-minute penalty. Pepe firing one from the far flank, maybe was tipped just a little bit wide, grabbed by Coughlin. He's going to catapult way downfield and leaping up in the air. Walls to get ahead to it. Mo knocks it down with the chest. Back toward midfield, Pepe and Walls. Just a tremendous third quarter, and
Mo's
this team
completely free.
Has been led by Mo NDI, Robbie Cristo tonight,
No
as well
one's
as
covered
JT
him.
Thomas. 6 goals between them. Oh, Mo to Thomas. After Thomas just tipped one wide, Mo gave it back to him in the middle. Thomas couldn't quite tip it in. Scrambles back after the ball, and Thomas, looks like he's hurt here. After having the shot rejected at the mouth of the goal, he reached back out at the top of the key, went after it, and he is down with injury. Mo is checking on him, as will the athletic training staff. Remember, fans, MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, standings, and in-depth features. Bookmark the page now so you don't miss a note at MASLsoccer.com. Thomas, good news here, is able to get to his feet without the help of the athletic training staff. And another look here as he maybe hyperextended or something close to it.
Looks like he got a little bit of twist in the ankle there.
Just sticking a foot back to try to get to it. Thomas so clutch in the second half. He is going to come off the field. Doesn't seem thrilled about that. Now, the training staff was on the field. They didn't really check him out. He kind of said, I'm all right, but I think he does have to go back to the bench if they end up coming out to check on him. She'll be back here shortly. One last look as he just suffered a minor injury.
Now, before the injury, the Utica City is just leaving Mo NDI on the far post, just completely wide open. They're not really guarding him on that far wing. We'll see if that strategy works right now.
Kojakov to Mo. Utica sets up top. Mo from the near side trying to laser it back in the middle, rejected by Utica. And this one is knocked over the top.
I know they've been man down, but still you'd think you'd shade towards the most dangerous player just a tad bit. Ambush got to take advantage of the fact that they have this man advantage, but they, again, haven't been able to get the ball in the
Kojakov. Oh, huge save from Coughlin. Kojakov had a shot blocked, then Duduka tapped it back to him. That was the waning seconds of the power play. Back to 5-on-5. Kojakov got one final shot off, and Coughlin slid out to block it again.
They got 2 touches inside the box, and both times Joey's voice had to go up because it was a good attempt. It was a good chance for them to actually score a goal. It just seemed a lot of their goals today have come on longer shots. It's just those inside passes just haven't been there for the Ambush. They're getting away with it now with a 2-goal lead, but that's going to be something they're going to have to work on here in these games.
Hoxson, now attack mode for Utica City. Gonzaga back toward Hoxson to the top of the key, drifts long on him. Michaud knocks it away from the foot of Hoxson. Now Mo finds Will Eskay. Eskay with Kojakov. Outside of Kojakov, the pass was just out of his reach. Eskay regathers at the top of the key, and there was a whistle here as Kojakov scrambled after it. It looked like he was perhaps taken down by Gonzaga or maybe vice versa. They will say it was Kojakov who took down Gonzaga, and Kojakov is frustrated to say the least. And there's a card that's been assessed.
And there it was. You saw it as soon as Kojakov threw his hand up. You knew the comment was going to be too much, and the second card was coming.
Kojakov was in an interesting situation in the first half where he tried a bicycle kick, and his foot was in the air. He was whistled and penalized for a dangerous play, even though 2 players ran into each other for Utica. And it looked like Kojakov was probably taken down there by Gonzaga.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the original was. I'm not sure where the original call comes from. There's no doubt that he got a little extemporaneous. Was it talking too much? Oh, they're letting him out of the box.
They're letting him out of the box. I think this is the right call. Obviously, there's a replay here that confirms that it was Kojakov who was taken down. Now, the protestation afterward is another story.
That's, I guess if that gets, if you kill the original call, does he also lose the penalty for his extra words towards Mr. Official?
Well, Kojakov is going off toward the Ambush bench, and we're going to sort this out here.
It was a great attempt there by the Ambush. It was a great setup there, and I love that the mindset from Will Eskay to go for the extra pass. The extra pass, especially in transition, has been something that the Ambush haven't been great at this season. They've been getting better the last couple games, but that's kind of been a weakness in transition. So kudos to Will Eskay for looking up, having his eyes up, and going for the extra pass. It got away from him a little bit, unfortunately, and they couldn't get a second attempt from it, but I really liked what Eskay was looking for.
Great find by Mo Ndiaye just to get it to him originally, and Mo continues to be just phenomenal here tonight. Kojakov is off, and now there's a collision on the far side. After the restart, and here comes a blue card. This one's going against Utica.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Down went Sam Guernsey, and it looked like it was Tavernisi, who's been involved in so many of these plays around the boards. And so it looks like Kojakov, they've just announced, and again, it looks like the Ambush are actually going on a power play here, but it looks like Kojakov has been ejected here for delay of game and dissent.
Nope. Never mind.
And then a third card.
Interesting.
But
so we thought the replay had come into the benefit of the Ambush because it was a clear, there was nothing that Kojakov did. But again, the dissent call combined with the delay of game tacks him on like that. That's just that's an unfortunate sequence of events when you can look at the replay and see that the original call just shouldn't have gone that way for Kojakov. But again, he's got to know. We talked about presence of mind earlier in one of these moments. He's got to know that it's going to go against him if he keeps talking to the referee like that.
And that's a key point there. And a correction for you, it was not Tavernese, but rather Swift on that collision with Guernsey. He's in the box. Thomas on a pass from Mo trying to take it across the box, thwarted here by Coughlin, who springs out to grab it. And that was a kicking penalty on Swift at 2:56 here in the fourth to put the ambush on the power play. That came just 4 seconds after that really strange sequence that ultimately saw Kochikov go in the box and then go into the tunnel just moments ago. There was encroachment assessed against the ambush on that sequence as well. Mo, long shot from beyond the yellow line. Stifled by Coughlin. Deflected loose to Utica gathers. Out to Pepe. Mo. Trying to tee something up. Instead gives to JT. Who wants the Hattie here tonight? Will it be Mo? His shot stopped by Schindler. Schindler able to juggle. Knock it out to Raymond. Raymond takes it to the far side. Pepe tried to step in. Mo will do it instead. Able to grab it in the ambush end. Knocks it back through Sway. We've got 3 guys on the cusp of a hat trick and still about 30 seconds on a power play here for maybe somebody to find it. Thomas on the field. Mo on the field as well. Mo. Give Walls. Back to Mo. What do you think about it here? Taking it toward the top of the key. Toenails it to Walls. His shot blocked, and that one's going to end up in the first row of seats. 12 seconds left in the power play. Restart from just inside midfield. Ambush go cross field to Pepe. Give toward the top. JT thinking things over. Gives outside to Duca. Sweeps it to JT Thomas. Shot stopped by Coughlin. Out of the box comes Swift. Pop back to Pepe. Ambush, little pitch and catch here as we get under 10 left to go in regulation. Nursing a 2-goal lead after being down by 2 at half. Flipping the script, but playing without Kochikov here in the game's final stretch. Hitch off the bench. Walls in deep on a pass off the wall, almost with an acrobatic goal. Tumbling forward, got a good strike on it, but hit it right into the neon green-yellow jersey of the keeper, Coughlin. Coughlin launching one long for Hoxton. Off of his chest in the near side corner, looking to get some turnage against Guernsey. Drops it back to Vitale. Vitale pressured by Walls, and he will ease it back through Yelovitz. Pressure from Otto. Esque marking the ball now, going for a takeaway. Able to cuticle it away. Walls gathers it after it was stripped from Swift, the guy who went to the box just a few minutes ago. A lot of former ambush representation on this Utica City roster, including players who are not active tonight. Stefan St. Louis would be one of them. Pablo De Silva, another former ambush, not able to make the trip. Of course, it's all about Everton Morera, former coach, former player for the ambush. He's played limited but effective minutes for Utica tonight. Apropos that he should be here on Alumni Night, and we had a chance to catch up with him before the game. He told us
he wasn't sure which game he
was going to play. I was half expecting to see him actually out there at halftime during the 10-minute Alumni game.
He would have dominated. He's still so darn good.
Wouldn't that have been something? He's back on the field here as the ambush will give a restart to Utica City after a foul in the Utica City end. Everton is pushed way up. Only man behind him is Sway Mason. And
we talked about one of the few players on this roster with over a point per game, average right now this season. Morera only played just over 3 games, but he has 4 goals.
He's got a little turnage
5 goals,
here.
in those 3+ games.
Against Machado, he set up a goal on a set piece here tonight. Nifty little, banged off the wall here. Morera gave it to Schindler in deep. It was grabbed by Sway. Now Everton gets a takeaway. Trying to get a shot off here. Gonzaga bangs one wide. Cristo trying to regather. And off to the races is Cristo, looking for that 3rd goal. Is it poked away, deflected to Barry Moe on a cross-slash shot, getting it toward Cristo. Barry tried to gather it. Utica City able to poke it out of their box. Michaud trying to get a little penetration. Turned back toward Pepe. Everton Morera an assist tonight On a goal by Tavernese at the 4:58 mark of the third. That gave Utica City its last lead in this game. Go-ahead goal to make it 5-4, just about 5 minutes into the second half. Oh, SK blocks a clearance by Coughlin. SK trying to set up Pepe. Pass was just a bit behind him. Pepe came streaking in. Utica City grateful to escape here.
Love the vision from SK so far in this fourth quarter. He's looking for the open man both times. A great attempt. Unfortunately, the pass is a little bit errant.
6:46. Check that, 6:36 left here in the fourth quarter. Still anybody's game, but the Ambush have had a clear edge here in the second half. And the difference really has been JT Thomas springing to life with the goal scoring after a frustrating start to the weekend. Don't want to say I called it, but didn't I say earlier in the game, I'm sure he'll find it here at the Family Arena before the weekend is through. You know what? Credit that to Mark Moser. He believed in him the whole way. And he was with us when JT was able to score both.
Tell you what, JT, I mean, just the way he broke through in that third quarter was extremely impressive. It was great to see for him, obviously.
Michaud gets ahead to it after Guernsey stifles a clearance by Utica City. Yahic trying to take it up the near side. Once again, the ball pokes into that first row. We had a fan struck by the ball in that same row a little bit earlier here in the half. Everybody okay once again. We go to the media timeout at 5:51 remaining in regulation. 7-5 Ambush leading Utica City. Remember, fans, the official match ball of the MASL is designed and produced by Flight. Expertly designed for the indoor game. Flight is the premier partner of choice. Flight. Challenge everything. The Ambush are proud to partner with Club Fitness this season. Club Fitness is locally owned and operated since 1983. We encourage you to lift local and join the club today. Get more information by visiting clubfitness.us. The official practice facility for the St. Louis Ambush is Veta. Veta has 9 locations in the St. Louis metro area. Check them out at vetasports.com. And remember, it's not long before the Ambush come on back home here to the Family Arena. Team returns to St. Charles Sunday, February 27th at 3 p.m. versus the Dallas Sidekicks. Get your tickets at stlambush.com. Tight race right now. Ambush, Dallas Sidekicks, jockeying for that second place in the division. That's going to be a huge game. And the Ambush have struggled a little bit against our friends from the Lone Star State so far this season. How huge do you think this win would be to get a little momentum going into that next home game?
It's going to be huge because, and think about this one, Dallas right now is tied 6-6 late in the fourth with under 2 minutes left to play against the Florida Tropics, maybe the second best team in the entire league, not named the Kansas City Comets, excuse me. And by the way, Comets, again, lost a little bit earlier today to the team we saw last night, Chihuahua. They're playing incredibly. So is Dallas going to be, hyped up because of a huge win? Or are they going to be a little bit down low because of a big loss? Or maybe it's even a trap game situation where the Ambush are the trapeze because of a huge win for Dallas. So we'll see what happens there. It's going to be interesting. But the fact that Dallas is playing this well against a team like the Tropics means the Ambush are going to have their hands full.
Weekend nuttier than Randy Quaid at a squirrel preservatory. It has been a wild one in the MASL so far. Marcel Berry gets a big push there from Gonzaga, trying to clear it out of the Ambush end on the restart. Gonzaga whistled for a foul, and the restart goes all the way down to SK. Gorgeous feed from Niamsi, and SK just banged it wide. It's whistle dead here, and they will switch this up. And yes, indeed, that was a 3-line pass. That's what the ruling will be. So a great pass from Niamsi to find SK, but it went just a little bit long. Utica wanted the call, they got it, and now they take it down to the Ambush end on the gold stripe. Gonzaga, Hoxson around the ball. Gonzaga finds a friend outside, shot deflected and ultimately blocked by Briggs. Nice job to get in front of the shot from Segura. SK gets it out of trouble on the second chance. 5 and change left here in the fourth. Ambush sitting pretty at 7-5. A comeback win might be in the cards tonight here in St. Charles. SK thwarting a pass to Hoxson. Ends up at the top with Tavernese. Couldn't quite get it through the Ambush defense. Cristo knocks it back through Sway, uses his head Penned, though, by Utica City on the clearance. Yelovitz came up with it. Walls helps rip it away. Cost him something. He went tumbling. Ascade takes it to the other end. Will, one of 4 guys to start the evening with 12 goals on the season for the Ambush. He's turned back by a few Utica City defenders, but able to take a little more milk out of the time dairy here. 4:20 left, regulation, and you wonder when they're going to go to the Eric Bergerud special and pull the goalie, go to the extra attacker.
It'll be interesting to see their next few possessions, what kind of looks they're getting right now with the way they've played over the last 5 or 6 minutes. If I'm Utica City FC, I'm pulling it earlier rather than later.
Everton just had a shot blocked by the Ambush defense. Clearance headed by him back to his keeper. Coughlin scoops it, and Utica City will try to take it downfield with Bordeaux. Turn to the near side, 3:45 to go. Utica City moving it forward with Bordeaux, trying to get it in the middle. Barry able to grab it at the Ambush yellow line, swarmed by white jerseys. No-look feed from Mo Ndiaye to Will Niamsi. How about that? Thing of beauty. Now Niamsi. Oh, another post. Holy moly. 3 posts, a bar at least. And the Ambush narrowly missed, building a treble lead.
This team hits the post like a 70s DJ doing a rejoin. This is unbelievable. Like this has been K-Shi like in the 70s, like right in the pocket of rock radio, kind of hitting the post jobs by the Ambush day. It's been unbelievable, the amount of shots off the woodwork, off close to the glass. It's been a clinic on being 6 inches away from scoring some golazzos.
Back-to-back fouls by Utica City, giving the Ambush a couple of restarts here. Latest here by Schindler. Gave the Ambush one at midfield. Utica City quickly steals it back as we get under 3. It is still 5-on-5. Extra attacker has not yet appeared, but as we say it, it looks like they will go to it. Coughlin gets off the field, and Utica City, they are going to go 6-on-5 here for the foreseeable future. Quick shot from the near side by Yelovitz. Extra attacker ends up back on the bench.
Numbers here for Utica.
Uh-oh, steal away by Utica City. Quick shot by Gonzaga, second chance, and a goal. It was 5-on-5 when they scored it. Keeper had returned. We are working to confirm on that extra attacker, but we do know it was Gonzaga on a second chance try to put one home and make this a 7-6 game with 2:29 to go in the 4th. A goal for Utica City that was much needed. Only their second of the second half, first of the 4th quarter. And suddenly they have a fighting chance here down the stretch. Ambush had to be careful. Barry. Joey swarmed at midfield on the restart, and uh-oh, it's taken away. Raymond trying to get loose. Barry on the recovery, stops him up. Bordeaux gets it back. Raymond plays it off the wall. Yahic able to grab and gratefully clear. 6th attacker back on for Utica City, able to get back to the ball. Uh-oh, Mo's whistled for a blue card after sending that 6th attacker down. Mo is going to the box. His second penalty of the evening. And that is a tough break for the Ambush. Believe it's Segura who's that 6th attacker who just went down on a hard challenge by Mo.
That just, we've seen a lot of those plays. Those kind of push kind of plays happen in this sport a lot. We've seen a lot of them tonight. And a couple of them garnered whistles, a couple of them garnered stoppages. I don't think a single one of them garnered a blue card.
Well, now it gets very interesting. Utica City down by 1 with 2:05 to go. They get a 2-minute power play, and they stick with the extra attacker. So they have 6 against 4, and they have an open net. Shorthanded for the Ambush, but if you get a takeaway and a quick shot the length of the field, you could basically finish the game. Interesting strategy from Hall. Up top here, Schindler looking for space in the Ambush yellow line. Floats it outside. Ends up back toward that gold stripe with Yelovitz. Schindler knocks it down deep to Segura.
Hoxie's the man in the middle. Watch him. That mustache is hard to miss.
Yelovitz, stopped by the Ambush defense.
There it is, Hoxie.
Bordeaux gets it back to Yelovets. Spun to the far corner, $1.20 left in the change jar. Bordeaux knocks it back to Yelovets. Pitch and catch with Schindler.
Good job keeping the ball on the perimeter here for the Ambush defense. Utica City, just like the Ambush, they need to get more passes inside in these moments. They want to score.
Yelovets knocks it down low, receives it back at the stripe. Knocked outside. Segura finds a friend, a goal. Who else but Tavernese scores a power play goal.
What a game. What a
with
goal
about 51 seconds left on the penalty and about 56 seconds left in the fourth. We're tied 7-7. It's Super Bowl weekend. It's a football score.
And it's hard to, obviously it's a tough one here for the Ambush to take the lead they had and to give it up here 7-7. Maybe we can get Mark Moser back up here on the call here for the last minute of the game. But, Joey, I do want to talk about just the night it has been on MASL TV tonight. You had an overtime game between Chihuahua and Kansas City that Chihuahua won. Dallas and Florida have also gone to overtime, and now we're looking at a 7-7 tie here with just a minute left. This is incredible games we've had
really
all
is.
across MASL TV tonight.
It really
Unbelievable.
is. Just an incredible night, and thank you for being with us on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS. Will Niamsi being bothered here by Goldman in the ambush end. Sway receives a pass back in the box. Gives to Will Esque. 40 seconds left. Ambush, certainly time for one last push to try to win it in regulation after losing a 2-goal lead in the final 2.5 minutes. Niamsi on the Utica side, stifled. Ends up back with Briggs outside to Esque. Forward to Duduka, 22 seconds. Duduka back to Niamsi. Niamsi looking for a little space. Outside, Briggs has something brewing here. Briggs trying to centralize. Goldman thwarted it. Niamsi with 9 seconds recovers. Gives to Esque, banged off the wall. Turned away by Vitale. Grabbed by Bordeaux. Thomas fights for it. Utica City just able to get it loose, and we are going to overtime here tonight at the Family Arena. Second OT game of the season for the Ambush. First at home. Utica City scores twice to make it 7-7, and we go to the extra frame here this evening.
MASL TV, 3 games tonight. All 3 go to overtime. Obviously, it's a rough one here for the Ambush as they give up a late 7-5 lead to Utica City, but nonetheless, an incredible night here as we're going to overtime. The 3rd overtime game of the night so far.
And they say the universe is just random particles, right? Don't tell that to the folks at MASL TV. We're all in the same position here. It's such a great night. And again, we do know that Chihuahua has gone final over Kansas City. To some, that's a shocking victory for Chihuahua. We saw the Savage here last night. On my end, I say, hey, I'm not that surprised by that. Obviously, Kansas City is a very good team, but the Savage beat them in overtime tonight. And now the Ambush trying to overcome Utica here in this extra period. Matt, what do the Ambush have to do?
They have to get more looks. They got to get the ball inside, get something deadly looking here because it's sudden death, baby. It's overtime. So you got to make some magic happen. First one to do wins this game, and obviously on defense, they got to keep it tight because of that exact same thing. One bad look, one ball going the wrong way for you, one give and go where you're just a step too late like they have been too many times over this weekend, and this game's going the other way for Utica City. Obviously, Utica City right now, if you believe in that thing, a little bit of the momentum going their way, being down 7-5 and coming back like this. Our Ambush kind of white-knuckling the moment? That's going to be a big question here.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Happy to bring you the first overtime game of the season here at the Family Arena. 10 minutes on the board. Anybody scores here, then it's all over. Ambush on their latest road trip did fall in Milwaukee in overtime on a golden goal by the Wave. And now we get going here with 5-on-5, 10 minutes OT. Ambush on the opening tap, have it stolen away. Raymond for Utica City able to get to it. Knocked it toward Goldman, a collision. Goldman goes down, a foul assessed. That'll give the ball to Utica City.
Going to be the first attempt here for Utica City, so the first question on how the Ambush defense here is looking in this overtime period. Again, just sudden death here, so you got to cinch up Your defensive looks, your man-to-man has to be tight.
Off the wall here on the first attempt for Utica City. Hoxie hit it to Sway. His long pass taken by Utica City. They get it forward toward Hoxie. A jostle at the edge of the box, was not able to get a shot off. It's whistled as a foul on Hoxie, offensive variety, and the Ambush will be able to clear it out.
Got to get something going here if you're the Ambush. Don't want to be playing this game long.
Playing without Kojikov, who was involved in a really crazy sequence here in the second half. Ejected from the game after a delay of game and a dissent penalty, and then via third card rule, Kojikov ejected from the game, and that's huge. Escape fighting Walls down deep, trying to poke it through the middle.
I think he was
knocked away, though.
He was gone as soon as he got that second yellow for the dissension. I think the question, though, from us was, whether or not any kind of review could be taken into consideration. I don't think they do. As soon as that yellow goes up, it's a yellow, and the second yellow for dissension. He was gone the moment he yapped a little bit too much, but it was unfortunate as soon as we saw the replay that it had to go that way.
And that was because he had the blue card in the first half, then the 2 cards after that for delay of game, dissent, 3 cards, you're out, and that's why he went to the tunnel. Ambush can't quite get it back on the attack. It bounces up out of bounds here, and Utica City will take it in their end with Coughlin, the keeper, firing long. He wants to get it down toward Goldman, fighting Briggs for it. Ball pops up and pops out. Walls was leaping in the air, and they'll say this was off Walls into the seats. He was going at it with Yelovitz, who went down to the turf. Yelovitz a little slow getting up. Restart here for Utica City.
Look who's going to have the ball 15 yards out.
Top of the key here. And it's Everton, the former Ambush coach, who's close to it. Yelovitz steps over it. Morera gives it outside. Segura fires it high. He set up that game-tying goal in the final minute. Gathered on the rebound by Bordeaux through the middle. Poke loose. Barry can't quite get it out. Utica City. Segura juggles it to himself, slams it home at the 151 mark of overtime, and the Ambush will fall to Utica City here tonight in OT. Final score 8-7. What a game. Just a tough finish for the home team.
And there's too many chances there for Utica City in the box. You couldn't get a clean clearance. That's been an issue for a lot of the times this season. Just no clean clearance from the Ambush. And as soon as you let them get that many chances, eventually the ball was going to bounce that way. It bounced right to his foot. Perfectly done. Running from the left side to the right side of the box. Here it is, Marcel Berry, 2 bounces. Christian Briggs tries to go up in the air to get it, and he just can't get to it. And then Segura, he's one of the best scorers on this Utica City team, and he showed it right there. Sometimes the ball just bounces in your favor. And a good job. I should say the ball bounced in his favor. It looked like he did get a foot up to kick that ball.
He was able to kind of juggle it to himself.
So,
and tip of the cap for Segura. That's a great play.
That was
Ambush
an incredible
defenders,
play.
Berry and Briggs trying to clear it. Segura intercepted it at the top of the key. Kind of juggled it to himself going toward the goal and slammed home the volley to win the game. He was key for them down the stretch as the extra attacker in that 6-on-4 at the end of the game, setting up the game-tying goal in the final minute of regulation. That came off the foot of Tavernese, and then in overtime, less than 2 minutes into it, he gets the goal to give Utica City an 8-7 win.
It's just a tough one on alumni night to have that happen. You take the lead 7-5, and then to let up 3 straight goals, including 1 when you're on a penalty kill, and they got an extra man out there. Good coaching by Utica City to get the extra man out there. Obviously, the call goes their way there in the last few moments of the game, and then later on in the game, the ball just kind of bounced their way a little bit. Christian Briggs tried to get up to really deflect it away, but again, an incredible job. Just an incredible job by Segura to tap that one to himself and set himself up for what was obviously the game-winning goal.
And you're right about that in the final couple of minutes there of regulation for Hall to go to the extra attacker, even though you have a 5-on-4 by virtue of a penalty. To go 6-on-4, the downside or the risk is that you're leaving your goal open, and if the Ambush get a steal and just kick it the length of the field into the open goal, that pretty much ends the game right there. So he took the risk, kept it 6-on-4, they tie the game, and then Segura ends up banging one home in overtime to send Utica City to its 3rd win of this 2021-2022 season. Ambush dropped to 5-9-1. Utica City improves to 3-10-0. Tough way to finish the night, but overall still a fun one here at the Family Arena. Alumni night. Great to see so many faces back. And the current players, after the former players signed autographs before the game, current players signing autographs on the field for the fans after the game.
Yeah, great to see. Obviously, try not to, still kind of bring in the magic of the moment here with the alumni night. Obviously, the players a little bit down, the fans a little bit down, but they're doing the due diligence here. The fans and the players interacting there down on the field. Just a rough one, really, for the Ambush when you break it down. You have the lead. It's the big night, and then to go to overtime and for it so quickly just to break against you, it really is a heartbreaker here for the Ambush tonight.
JT Thomas, Mo Ndiaye, and Robbie Christo, all with 2 goals apiece. And Robbie Christo, he is down on the turf, shaking hands with fans, and it looks like he's going to be one of our post-game interviews coming up here with Angela Sharp in just a moment. A look at what's ahead. The Ambush will travel to Texas to tangle with the Dallas Sidekicks in Allen, Texas on Monday, February 21st. That is a 12:30 p.m. Central Time contest on Monday. So a little afternoon soccer for you. Utica heads back home after this 4-game road swing. They are in action Wednesday, February 23rd at 6 Eastern as they host the Baltimore Blast in their first ever Wednesday game in franchise history. Utica able to get the W here in OT. Chihuahua won in Kansas City. Matt, any update from our other game?
It is still going deep into that overtime between the Tropics and the Sidekicks. No golden goal just yet for them. We might be looking at a best-of-3 PK for them. They're down to 3:50 left in that overtime, so we might see some PKs decide the 3rd overtime game on MASL TV. And again, how about that? All 3 games tonight going into overtime.
We'd like to thank American Family Insurance, Chris Tiger, who provides us with an all-star every game after the game. Tonight, that is Marcel Berry. Lux down on the field introducing Marcel as the American Family Insurance all-star of the game. Robbie Christo about to join Angela Sharp. Again, he had 2 goals this evening. Christo continues a strong stretch for the Ambush now with 6 goals in his last 4 games, and it looks like the mustachioed star of Utica City, Mr. Andrew Hoxie, is going to join Angela before Robbie. Here is Angela Sharp down on the turf at the Family Arena with one of the stars for Utica City FC, Andrew Hoxie. Angela, take it away.
All right, here, I've got Hoxie here. Now, I could talk about how your team had the early lead, lost it for a little while, came back in the end, got the game winner in overtime. But everyone that I know that's watching at home has asked me questions about your mustache. So I have mustache questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so how do you keep the handlebars going up? What do you put on your mustache?
Well, I got a little wax I put on every day. If I don't, it gets all in my mouth when I'm eating and all that good stuff. So
that would not be attractive, but it looks really good right now. Now, when you sweat playing soccer, does the mustache fall a little?
No, that wax really does a good job. And, after like 7 years of putting it, it's kind of shaped like that, so I don't have to worry about it too much.
I was going to ask how long you've had said mustache.
Yeah, well, I shaved it once. It was kind of by accident, but I shaved the whole thing off. But I've had it a good solid 7 years.
Wow, that's a long time to have a mustache. And I saw you have a ring. Does the lady love the mustache?
Well, she's never seen me without it, so she tells me she does.
Got no choice. Now, I do have to say one thing. You guys are going back home February 28th. You haven't been there in a whole month. Are you excited to kind of be back in front of your home team?
Yeah, much like the crowd here, Utica is a phenomenal place to play in front of, so I'm very excited to get back to the -5 degrees,
We love it. Well, thank you. Thank you for being a good sport, too. Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, I've got Robbie here. Now, Robbie, I know this was a hard loss for you guys, but we're going to kind of swing our talk a little bit a different way. The alumni guys were here tonight. Did you get to talk to some of those guys?
A couple guys, yeah.
I saw some people calling you over there, chit-chatting. Any advice they've given you?
They're just congratulating me, basically.
That's nice. Well, and speaking of congratulations, SLU Hall of Fame. You were in the SLU Soccer Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you?
I mean, ever since I was a little boy, it was a dream to play for that university. So it's a huge honor, honestly. And just, I'm happy that everyone here that supported me and helped me along the way.
All right, and I know, again, hard loss today, but what did you think about the fans all game long, kind of cheering you guys on, staying with you?
We love it. I mean, they keep us going. They kept us in the game, and, the energy is just what we need. Unfortunately, we don't get the win that we needed, and it's a tough one to swallow.
All right, what are we going to do next game?
Win.
That's all we need to hear. He's going to win next time. Thank you so much.
And to our players joining Angela Sharp on the field here for the post-game interviews, and we learned a little bit more about that mustache for Andrew Hoxie, learned a little bit more about the Hall of Fame induction at St. Louis University for Robbie Christo. Always a pleasure to catch up with the guys after the game. Final in OT, Utica City takes down the St. Louis Ambush by a score of 8-7. Ambush were leading 7-5 with about 2.5 to go, but just could not hang on to the lead. Team does return to action Monday in Dallas. Matt, how do they bounce back?
It's going to be tough. They're going to really have to get the defense going. Lean on the offense the way it has been playing all game. That's fine, but the defense is the big question mark here. What changes do they make, and how does it implement on this team?
Ambush return home Sunday, February 27th at 3 p.m. versus Dallas. Until then, for Matt Rocchio, Joey Santaboni signing off right here on MASL TV and the Big 550 KTRS.